Alright. Good.
Alright. Last time we left off, all of you made your way back to the spire, Dr. Tomb's spire, where you inquired about a new wingsuit he was developing. Took a little bit of a reprieve, got to see some experiments he was working on, including this thunderous sort of phoenix. It was much smaller than a regular phoenix, but it had thunder energy that was jumping between it. You ate dinner, you talked for a little bit, you went to bed, and as you went to bed, Dr. Connors heard a noise. It sounded like, after he woke you up and got closer, Sharwin screaming. And as you went down into the basement, you saw a portal. Well, what you saw was a big black hole, where the Phoenix used to be. Dr. Connors, kept hearing the voice of Sharwin screaming, and he and his crab both dove in. And, long story short, you played 20 questions of death, barely made it out alive, and got a new magic weapon to boot. You informed Dr. Toombs of that evening's incident, and he went downstairs, and it seemed like everything was just the way he left it. Phoenix and all, who was there still. You opted to go ahead and proceed on to the temple, particularly this portion of the temple, which seems to heavily favor water, and you alerted the initial guard, having defeated them handily, but not without suffering at least a few scraps. That's kind of where we left off. Diamond Bearers, what would you like to do?
Are you guys seeing the map, or am I not seeing the map?
Scroll down.
Yeah, I'm seeing
You
it.
gotta go down the bottom left corner.
Okay. Thank you. Continue forward?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did we search what we wanted to search?
Oh yeah. Let's get back in that room and search these
Okay. I will say that you searched and got the gold off of the bodies already.
Oh,
As you're within...
Yeah, we got... I'm sorry. You told us we got 150 gold, potion of healing, and potion of gaseous form.
Yes.
Okay. No, we did all this, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You haven't searched the rooms, respectively.
I'll search the room.
Within that room, you can see the ceiling in the chamber there is about 20 feet high, and there's that 10-foot loft overhead of it, which you'd have to climb up if you really wanted to inspect it. It's kind of got crumbling brick around it in the middle of the floor, and you can look at that brick, and it seems like ovens used to be there. There are filthy, flea-infested straw pallets around the room, and there's a water barrel and some casks next to it on the northern wall. Also from the northern wall is an arrow slit that peers out over the hallway where the rest of these dead individuals now stand.
Hey, will you play me a nice little ditty, and maybe I'll feel inspired for this climb that I'm going to have to dex roll for?
I can absolutely do that.
Nice.
We look for bardic inspiration. Yeah, I can do that.
Right, I'm going to climb up here.
Okay. Make a acrobatics check.
And you've got a D10 to add to that if you wish.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That's a D1, so hold on.
You get your claws about...
No, I got a D10. Hold.
Oh.
I
There
thought
you
he
go.
was like...
I rolled a D1 dash.
Okay, so you get your claws in, you try to scramble your way up, you get about 10 feet up, and then the rocks just kind of fall underneath your feet, and you just kind of fall back down. You're not quite able to claw your way up there.
I will remind Dr. Connor's balloon backpack might be useful.
How high up is it do we have to get up to the balcony?
10 feet.
All right, so Will pulls out the immovable rod. He holds it above his head, and he jumps as high as he can and activates it and hangs there, pulls himself up, and then he should be able to grab the ledge, no?
Can you jump 5 feet up?
Ingenuity. Yeah, well, who can?
I guess so. Sure.
Well, how tall are you to begin with?
5 feet.
Will is...
You got a point?
I wrote
Sure.
it down, yeah.
I'll allow it.
All right,
Okay, so you
Bob's
so you
Uncle,
put
Will's up
the...
there.
You jump up, you put the immovable rod up as high as you can, press the button, and then you hang there. And you're going to try to pull yourself up and kind of balance on this rod?
Well, no, I should be able to pull myself up. and then grab the edge of the, something to pull myself up from on the ledge, no? Well, I wouldn't have to balance on the rod. I just maybe get a foot on it and push off and just straighten up long enough to reach and grab the railing.
Okay. I'll have you make an acrobatics check as well. Your DC is just going to be lower.
Did you build my my additional proficiency? Because that was one of the 2 skills I bumped with my last level.
I think so. Let me double check. Yep.
All right, because I thought it was higher than 5, but okay. Here we go. Yeesh. I'll do I'll sing
Add
my way
bardic
to
inspiration.
success. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Remember, remove your advantage there. We're counting the 6 so far.
Hold on. Okay, let's do that. Okay, and then D10.
Okay.
6, 12.
With the help of the immovable rod, you're able to kind of grasp the very edge, but you're barely able to manage to pull yourself up to the very top.
Great.
And the immovable rod's just kind of hanging there in the middle of the air.
Yeah, I'll grab it on the way down, or someone can just jump up and grab it and hit the button. Well, we can retrieve the rod. I'm not too worried about that. But while I'm up here, I'll do a search.
All right, make a perception check.
That's more like it.
Okay. You're searching around with some of the musty bedpans and around the rocks and something. And as you're searching around, you do stumble. Hiding underneath a pillow up here is what looks like a small brass key.
Ooh. Pocket that.
All right.
Small. What's it? Small brass keys. It just look like a regular key.
Looks like a regular key, as far as you can tell.
It's made of brass.
Made of brass. Perhaps to open a small chest or a cupboard. You're not sure.
Well, I'll keep a wary eye out. I'll pocket the key.
All right.
Climb down. Grabbing the rod on the way if I can. Shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Make another
Tuck the rod
acrobatics
away
check.
and yeah, okay. Get, Gilly the hard ass today. That's awesome. There you go.
All right. Easily done.
Yes, I am Will Ferrell Beethoven, after all. All right.
All right.
Listen at the door.
You don't hear anything. But by the way, the rest of you are still out in that hallway there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and open this door at the same
I'm chilling.
time.
I'm chilling in this room with it.
Okay. Kent, you don't hear anything at that door.
Oh, I'm not listening. I'm just opening.
Okay. Opening into this room, you can see there are 3 of the pots that you see there on the map are gone, by the way. 3 of the vats that you see on the map there are gone. What you see otherwise are a number of other vats that look like they've been sealed. They're made of copper, and they sit in the middle of this room. They're old, and they're completely covered in just random rust and crap. There's... Go ahead.
Are they big vats? Like huge?
About 5 feet in diameter.
Okay.
That's big.
The vats, as you enter this room as well, the paint on the walls in here looks like it's peeled away long ago, but there's a few hints of murals that remain. It looks like they show dwarves working in the fields and tending to hop vines.
It's beer elementals. There's a big panda guy's going to come through the door in a minute.
In the room we're in, can I take a closer look and see if I can figure out what's in the vats?
Not without opening the lid.
Well, I'm not there. I won't say anything.
I don't know if we want to do that.
All right, so Will and Tuck are here by. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to go to the farthest one up here.
Mm-hmm.
Does it appear like they're really sturdily held on?
You think you might be able to, you can, looking around this vat, you can see hinges that are kind of keeping the seal in place. If you peel back the hinges, the lid should just pop right off.
I'm going to peel back the hinges on the one vat furthest up.
Right. Okay. The lid pops open.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking it off to look inside?
Yeah.
Okay. You take off this wooden top, you throw it, it clangs against the stonework floor. You peer inside, there is some sort of liquid inside.
Mm,
And it smells very, very heavily fermented.
do I don't see any like body parts or anything in there, correct?
Make a perception check.
Hold on. I had my character sheet open earlier. I closed it.
Not that you can see.
So it doesn't look chunky. What color is the liquid?
Brownish.
Brownish.
It's poop.
Do I get the idea that it could be flammable?
Hard to say without actually lighting it on fire.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
We can make some fire. Let's do it.
Well, if we're going to do that, I'll let you do that, Dr. Connors. You seem to be the expert on experiments and such. Let me just walk out of this room. Hold on. I'm going
All right.
outside.
Oh, you guys couldn't get any farther away. All right. That was a joke. I'll pick it up and try to mess with it, and then maybe light it on fire.
Okay.
Actually, do I have any? Let me see if I have anything to light it on fire with. Oh yeah, I've got a tinderbox. Fuck it. Sure.
Okay.
Whose idea was this?
All I
All right, you got
asked was, is it flammable? I didn't
All right.
say-
You got this open vat of an unknown liquid. You're holding a tinderbox.
wait,
What do you
does
do?
Does it look like the same shit that those people were holding when they summoned the?
Go ahead and make a perception check yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Looking at the liquid itself, it does not look like anything. It doesn't look like the same. The vats look similar in creation, but they're much older. So you get the sense that these have been sitting here for forever. The liquid itself, you think if it was the same liquid that was in the other vats, it would have come to life and a water weird would have sprung out and attack you. Smelling this, it just smells like super heavily fermented ale.
Oh, I'll let Tuck know about it. Tuck!
Wait, so you're not lighting it on fire?
No, not if it smells like ale.
The heavily
Since Tuck's not here, I'm going to make a decision for him. He's going to take a spare vial and he's just going to dip it in this and save it for later.
Okay.
When Tuck gets called, Will will also go, and I guess Sir Bradford will also go. In other words, if Tuck is leaving the room here, Will's not going to open the door without backup. So
Wait,
Okay.
is
Oh,
Sir
shit, I
We'll
totally
say-
forgot about that door.
We'll say that Dr. Connors is doing this while you're listening at the door.
okay.
I'll come back over so we.
So while he's doing that, you're listening at the door. You don't hear anything.
Then I will open it
Okay.
when it's appropriate. I mean,
So, peering inside this room, it looks like parts of this chamber are buried in piles of crumbling masonry, but there's enough intact that it looks like some sort of arcane workshop. You can catch, there's a long wooden table in the middle of the room. It's been completely littered with some sort of complicated apparatus that involves a large glass tank, copper fittings and piping, as well as a leather carrying harness. There are shelves full of alchemical reagents on the southern wall. The air in here feels pretty cold, and there's actually a small chill mist that clings to the floor. On the north, there looks to be a large adjoining bedroom of some kind.
does the apparatus on the table look like anything that was in the Lich's workshop? In
It
other words,
doesn't
does it
look like
there's something he was working on, or can I identify what it is?
Go ahead and make a, let's call this just a general intelligence check.
Fair enough.
You're not sure.
I will.
Does it look like any of my alchemical supplies that I've worked with in the past?
Aside from mostly water, not really.
Will realizing that the door is adjoining to the room they're in, open the door and go.
I will
Oh, you're right here. Good. I need your You're the brains. You're the brains. Come see what this is.
Dr. Connors, with your alchemist check, I will say that a careful study of this workshop and the alchemical regents in here suggests that a lot of it is focused on the elemental energies of water.
Mm. Perhaps this is where they make elementals.
I'll walk in the room and I'll give it a perusal if I can think of anything that, you know, do I notice anything interesting? Can I identify any of this other than just the fact it's made with water stuff, or
First off, Draxan, are you over on that bridge by yourself?
No.
Just checking. Okay.
No.
Kent, you can make an Arcana check.
I would if my thing would stop moving away from me.
You can tell, based on the apparatus here and some of the alchemical regents and some of the conjured arcane assemblages here, that the primary purpose of this apparatus is to conjure, bind, and contain water elementals, probably to create the water weirds. And it looks like this place must have been a brewery at one point, and they've converted the alchemical regents in the area here from a brewery into a means of creating and binding these water weirds to their service.
I don't suppose there's any instruction manuals or anything like that laying around or anything like that I can see?
Not that's immediately apparent.
Do I get the impression that maybe if I get the suggestion that it does work on water elementals, would it work on beer?
It's feasible.
Okay. Skunky elemental wow pet, folks. All right.
It's never been done before, so make for an interesting experiment, you figure.
I think that'd be one hell of an
come on.
experiment.
I can't believe we're the first people to think of the beer elemental. How many drunk wizards must have tried that one? Come on.
It's not something you've come across in your studies.
Well, that's okay. That I'll buy.
All right. Continue north
Hells yeah.
and bring Garen along.
I mean, should we do anything in this room? Or we just,
Search
like,
it maybe, but outside of that, I don't know what else we'll do right now.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's search it for any valuables. Let's loot this bitch.
Aside from some excess chemical ingredients or alchemical ingredients, Dr. Connors, within the laboratory itself, there's nothing that stands out of being particular value.
All right. Can I, like, take those ingredients or make something useful for the group with them now? Or should I just, do I just leave them here?
Based on what you can tell without figuring out a way to use them with the apparatus, not really.
I meant to use them with my stuff, but that makes sense. I get what you're saying. All right, let's.
Yeah, while they're playing around with the apparatus, we'll walk through the bedroom and search that.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, a critical fail.
That's a room, all right.
I trip over the chair. Oh, that hurts.
You bang your head on the bottom of the table.
Yeah, there's been better days.
Ken will take a stroll up top. See if there's anything he can peruse.
Make a perception check yourself.
I will. And I don't see. Is there a room?
You can't make out any heads or tails of anything in this bedroom.
What up, Glory?
There you are, pal.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Cool.
All you missed is they found this room full of vats full of a bunch of very fermented ale. I roleplayed you taking a small vial for yourself.
Good.
You're in a chamber with some sort of weird apparatus. and
Sex
they're
toy
searching in
or
your.
something? No.
What's that?
Possible sex toy or no?
No,
Anything's a sex
looks.
toy if you're brave enough.
You're
I'd like to take a look at this apparatus and see if I can figure anything.
okay. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Arcana? No.
You have no idea.
Well, it appears there's nothing in this bedroom. Let us continue forth.
Yep.
Hi ho.
Kent's gonna walk up here and open the door.
Okay. You see the hallway beyond, and can hear the trickle of the stream nearby.
Hey guys, do we want to go check out that bridge over there?
We're getting there. We're getting there, new guy. Take some time. Look, this is where you learn to be like the diamond bears. Stealthy, but visually appealing.
That's right, says Will.
Do you not remember 2 episodes ago when I spent like 30 minutes just making myself look better?
Okay, Kelly, can we see anything up here? Just the stream, I assume.
You, for the most part, you can really just see the stream. You can't. The only thing you can see is a stream. It's pretty dark by the stream itself.
Well, I have a way to counteract that. I'm going to cast Mage Hand, or not, Mage Hand, and I'm going to cast Light on the Mage Hand.
Okay. You stretch out the mage hand, reach it up, reach it down a little bit. Those of you with dark vision can also see on the northwestern end, it looks like the river, the stream is flowing out from this underground lake, and it looks like to the southeast, the river just kind of curves back down to the bridge.
Do we get a feeling for how deep this is?
It is.
Deep enough.
That's what she said.
Just peering at this canal itself, you can't make out its depth.
If I put the Mage Hand underwater, will it illuminate below the water like a pool light?
It will for a little bit. As the mage hand sinks down into the water, you can see some small white fish actually kind of swimming against the current a little bit.
Guys, why don't we just use the bridge?
Hey, I didn't say I was crossing here. Looking to see if there's anything in the water.
Will breaks the fourth wall and says, "And I'm the one with the low intelligence."
So I'm gonna tie my rope around Bastion and have him jump in.
He's
Guys,
a crab.
help me,
He
hold
can
on.
swim.
Yeah, he can swim and breathe underwater.
At this point,
Okay.
Kent would like to ask Crowl to dimension door Will into the middle of the water.
Okay.
I only tied the rope just in case he can't get back up or up those steps, or if the current is too heavy that he can't swim again.
Okay. You hold him to the rope, and the current kind of flows him downstream a little bit, but the rope holds taut for a little bit, and Sebastian is able to manage to swim against it somewhat.
Cool. Does he see anything under the water that he can report?
Make a perception check for him.
No, he does not see the 20-foot alligator behind him.
1 sec, sorry. There you go.
That's a wisdom save, not a wisdom check.
So, but he would be. Doesn't he get my proficiency in things, right?
Yes, but do you have an optional button for wisdom? Not wisdom save, just straight wisdom.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Okay. So he's looking around the water, and you hear this tiny little gasp kind of come up as, like a bait on a fishing hook, he sees a gigantic fish, namely a shark, coming straight against the stream towards him. Feel free to roll initiative.
No.
Kent thinks to himself, what a good idea that dimension door would have been right about now.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, the stream is flowing at about is flowing about 10 feet per round. So the crab is able to swim against it with enough of his speed, but it counts as difficult terrain. And he is about 10 feet deep in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, how would it have been had I jumped in the water?
Then you would have had to swim your way against the stream.
I asked
So-
because he's a crustacean that has skill in swimming, as opposed to me, a person who doesn't. So I was just saying.
Oh, in that case, it's not difficult terrain for him. It would be for
Okay.
you. But it is his turn out the gate.
Cool. Good old Sebastian. Gonna try and get around the shark and hit him with his claw.
All right.
Nope.
Nope.
Slippery fish.
Dr. Connors.
I don't want to let go of the rope just in case the shark tries to do something dirty. So I'm gonna tie the rope around my waist.
Oh.
That'll be
What
your
could go
action for the
wrong?
turn.
Yeah, that'll be my action. And then I'll put Hunter's Mark on the shark.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right.
Kelly, I got a 17 for initiative, but I didn't select
Yep.
myself. Thank you.
You're up.
Can I sneak by these bastards or not?
Oh, I thought. Oh, we're all doing initiative.
Yeah, I didn't do mine either. I just did mine.
Unless you want to just let the shark eat the crab, up to you.
No.
There's mine.
All right.
So can I walk by these guys or not?
Yes,
or
you
do I
can.
have to? Okay.
We'll, for the sake of the future, we'll just assume that if you want to move by friendlies, you can move through friendlies.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna throw my staff at the shark twice.
Okay. Make it with disadvantage because you're throwing it at a ranged weapon at a creature who's underwater.
Sure.
Okay. Even with disadvantage, both strikes will actually land. You bludgeon this shark in the side. You watch as it swims against the current. Bludgeoned a little bit. There's a bit of blood coming out. It seems to send him into a little bit of a frenzy. You call the staff back. Anything else you're doing?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure something out.
You mean whether you want to jump in the water with the shark?
I don't see where this has. I have to be next to it. I just have to hit it.
Melee weapon. You threw arranged it.
Technically, it's my melee weapon that I threw.
Oh,
you
you
We're
don't
counting.
have a range.
No. We're counting it as a ranged throw. Nice try. Not happening.
But it's a melee weapon.
It was worth the try.
Rules attorney at law.
I tried.
Hold
I could argue more, but it's okay. I'll let it go. I'm done. I will step back just to let somebody else walk forward if they need to.
All right. Kent, you're up.
Okay. Let me just see something real fast. And you can use the action to control the hand. Okay. Here's what I would like to do. I figure the hand would have went into the water right here, and yes, it's bright, but that doesn't actually have any bearing on the fact that it can still move and do things.
Mhm.
Kent would like, assuming that Will didn't throw the immovable rod back into the bag and he's still holding on to it. Kent would like to command his mage hand to traverse, say about like that distance, grab the immovable rod from Will, and then plant it right in front of Dr. Connors and activate it with the hand.
Okay. Based on where your position is from the hand, you're going to have to drag it out of the water. That's... Well, that'll be fine. Okay.
It's not really
you can
a
place it.
terrain thing.
Okay, sure. You grab you'll grab the rod from Will, place it in front of Dr. Connors. Sure.
And activate it that way. If something should happen to the crab, Dr. Connors can't really be moved past the immovable rod. It might hurt a little, but, at least that way he's not falling in the water.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's my action. I'm not going to move. I'm right here.
Okay. The shark is going to go next. He's just going to attempt.
Shouldn't Will go next? I know I rolled my initiative late, but
Oh yeah, that's why you're not in the right spot there. Okay, yeah, you're right. You go next.
I'm going to pluck a discordant note on my lute and go, "Meh,
Oh,
I can sing."
Killy, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I can't do that, what I just did. I can't activate magic items. It's right at the bottom.
No, you're not activating it. You just place it in front of him, right?
Well, yeah, okay. For shits and giggles, let's say yes.
You're just grabbing it. You can't activate it. You can grab it.
Yeah, I'm placing it in front of them then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So you cast Dissonant Whispers on the shark.
Yes.
All right. It suffers the 9 points of psychic damage. And it has 40 feet movement speed, so 5, 10, 20. All right. The shark disappears into the water as it swims away. Sebastian, however, could make an attack of opportunity if you wanted the shark to stay put.
You better believe it.
No, man, I'm saving your crab.
All right.
Oh.
The idea was to
Sebastian
make
grapples the shark.
The idea was to make the
Oh,
shark
well,
run away so that Sebastian could just climb out and we could go on with our business.
Well,
Sebastian grapples the shark as he tries to flee.
Boy,
All right, he's grappled.
Now it's the shark's turn.
boy, am I glad I blew that spell slot.
I'm really sorry about that.
Yoink.
Okay.
The shark bites into your crab, for the crab taking 13 points of damage.
Oh, perfect.
Draxan.
I don't even know if there's anything I can do. I don't have any range.
You just stay there and look pretty. We got this. Don't get in the
Um,
water. You might rust.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
There is quite a bit of blood in the water. Tegan.
All right, I'm gonna move up to here. Right here. Can the shark see me?
Shark's more focused on the crab right now.
But could it see me? There's nothing impeding him from seeing me. I'm halfway in the water. I'm halfway on the stairs at
And
this
he's
point.
very grappled.
With
And
the
he's
mage
grappled.
hand and the light now out of the water, not as easily.
Not as easily.
He is considered obscured, lightly obscured.
No,
This is dark water.
Okay.
Dark water
Um,
in a dark cave.
Water in a dark cave. Okay.
Underground cave with no light.
No, I know. So he can't see me, but I can see him, correct?
You don't know.
Don't know at this point. So it's so murky that even I can't see him and he can't see me.
You can barely make it out between the blood and the water,
Okay.
but he is
All right.
lightly obscured.
All right. Well, this is what I'm going to do. Just because I think it's going to be funny to see what happens. I'm going to move right here and engage the shark.
Okay.
Okay?
You jump into the water. As you jump into the water, you immediately the river that drifts you down to about 10 feet, but
That's
you
fine.
are now engaged with the shark.
That's fine. That is fine, because what I'm going to turn right around and do is I'm going to cast this on the shark.
All right.
Ooh.
You dive down, the current kind of taking you back. You grab the shark by its fin, and you attempt to charm it. Wisdom
Okay.
save. What is your DC?
17.
Okay.
Oh man.
He wins on a tie, so he is not charmed by you.
Did you do the ability or the save? Or does it work both
Save.
ways?
It was you win on a save, just like the attacker wins
No,
on ties.
I don't think you rolled a save.
Wisdom save.
I guess it doesn't matter. It'd be the same thing. It'd be an ability check versus whatever. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Then
Right.
as my bonus action, oh, actually no, that's actually an action. Oh, I'm good.
All right. Sebastian's up next. He's grappling this shark.
Sebastian, using the rules of grappling, will pull the shark up the stairs and out of the water.
Okay. He's going to, because he's proficient at swimming, he's going to go ahead and just start pulling the shark up with Tegan still riding it, kind of by the flippers.
Ride that bit.
What's his total movement?
Total
What's the total
30, so he can move at 15. So
Okay.
it's 5, 10.
Okay, good
So
enough.
we'll move it like right up to here, I guess.
All right, he pulls this shark out of the water, and it's kind of flapping about with Tegan still kind of haphazardly holding onto the fin.
Die, shark! And then he's gonna hit it with the other claw, or not. He's gonna miss it. He was too excited.
It bounces off of the shark's flab. Dr. Connors, the shark is now flopping, well, like a fish.
I say, good boy. And then I attack the shark.
The ice damage courses through the shark as you stab through its gut with Frostbrand, and you watch as part of its fins begin to freeze. And it gasps its last breath. And you've created a whole package of frozen tuna. Or shark.
I cut off its
However you
fin
wanna
and I
choose
say,
to sell.
soup's on the menu.
That's what they make scallops from.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. You're out of
Okay.
combat.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I can I do a Richard Dreyfuss to see what the shark has eaten recently?
Make a nature check.
Sure. Oh,
You got blood on your hands.
damn it. All right, Kent's just gonna kind of be like, well, that idea wasn't very sound, and he's gonna walk off.
You scrape your cans on the shark's teeth and take a point of piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Will. I was talking to my wife, and then he goes, "Do you want to make an attack of opportunity?" I said, "Yeah." And then it was all downhill from there. So
All's well that ends well.
Kent, as we're out of combat, is just gonna command the mage hand to come over and kind of hang on his shoulder.
All right. You got this hand with light cast up on it, just hanging on your shoulder.
Okay. Where to now, guys? I don't think we should go swimming.
I agree. Not with sharks in the water.
Let's go to the bridge, suggests Will.
All right.
Oh, what is my...
Kelly, what's this thing over here?
That is a sconce from which a single torch hangs and illuminates the bridge.
How is the sconce able to be manipulated at all?
You could take the torch out of the sconce.
No, but I mean, does the does the sconce turn, twists, or slide?
It looks like it'll twist a little bit.
Yes, I grabbed the rod before.
I'll attempt to twist it.
Okay. It twists heavily. It doesn't look, and the torch kind of goes with it, but otherwise it doesn't look like it does anything special.
Yeah. Old school idea. Oh well. Okay.
Not in the book, sorry.
No, it's all right. You know, a good DM would have rolled with it and made it do something, but that's okay.
Oh,
Hey.
Man. Holy shit.
Holy shit!
That's for the pant being late jokes.
You move it and you fall in a hole and die.
That was again.
So as you make your way to the bridge,
You go first. I'll follow.
next to you, Will, you hear slapping noise, followed by two more wet slapping noises on either end of the bridge.
Oh, stop.
I think he did. He did what he intended to do. A good deal. You know, I was the one that made that joke, not Killy.
And you watch as 3 what look like trolls covered in moss and seaweed crawl their way up, surrounding you.
Yeah, the irony of it being on a bridge isn't lost on me. Okay.
And they begin to sing.
Awesome.
What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
They sing, "We 3 trolls that got this here cross, demand a tribute or you'll suffer loss. Trinkets and gold for us to hold, or you'll sink down in the moss."
Wonderful. We'll immediately start applauding. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Do you know any other songs? Could I accompany you?
One troll turns to the other and he says, "You see, Terrence, I told you. You gotta open up warmly."
That's wonderful. That's so good. Do you know any other songs I could play? And Will breaks out in his lute.
The troll who he turned to says, "Honestly, this is some crazy PR stunt to try to get people to stop running and tear. I can't believe you haven't done it already. They seem to be nice," says the third troll.
Well, of course we're nice. We're the Diamond Bears, Will says. Because we love, we're big fans of folks like you. That's why we're out here. We're out here to meet people and encounter them and cross their bridges. And listen, if you want some tribute, I can oblige. How about a song? I know. I can tell you. How about an epic story of adventure?
One troll looks at you in the middle and he says, "Well, it's very nice, Mr.
Will Fellow Beethoven," and he gives him the big bow.
Mr. Wilfell Beethoven. I think he said Wilfell Beethoven. No, it's Will Ferrell Beethoven.
Well,
No, I think you're all wrong.
You trolls can call me anything you like as long as you don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, listen there, Mr. Bard. We're under orders to keep this cross under guard, to make sure nobody comes across and interrupts the ritual.
Oh, the ritual. Yes, we heard about the ritual. We were actually coming to see the ritual. Remind me again which ritual that was.
Make a persuasion check.
Absolutely. Ooh, and that's the other skill I buffed. Ooh, is this working out all right? There you go.
The one in the back says, "Magara's got some strange magic going on with the dead body they brought in."
Dead body, you say? Oh, yes, I do recall him saying something about the dead body. Yes. Listen, we're supposed to bear witness. It's in the magical dead body manipulation rule number 405 that there must be a certain number of witnesses present, and that's why we're here. So actually, I
didn't hear anything about that.
Well,
I thought she said she wasn't supposed to be disturbed at all.
Well, it's kind of hush-hush. She didn't ask us to come until the last minute. She didn't want to get in trouble with the authorities, the elemental authorities. So, we're kind of doing her a favor by being here. Listen, I don't want to get you in trouble for holding us up and then making her late, and then she looks bad. Why don't we all just go, let us go to the ritual and we'll do our thing, and you guys do your thing. And hey, on our way back, maybe we could do a little quartet. I know some songs that'll go really well with that. I think you guys have tremendous potential as a trio.
Make a deception check with disadvantage because you're asking him to go against direct orders.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And because you diss my DM skills.
Fucking
the three of them look at each other and they go, "Well, I don't know about no ritual. I don't know about letting them through. Seem up and up. Listen though, we still have something of an economy we have to reckon with this here bridge.
Oh no, of course. I wouldn't dream of taking advantage of you, smart fellows, and I'll throw them. A platinum piece each.
What?
They will take it greedily, and they will begin to kind of sink back down into the river and under the bridge.
Yeah.
Well handled.
See you after the ritual, gentlemen. Okay, shall we go?
Happy travels!
Will starts confidently strolling across the bridge, playing his lute.
And that, my friends, is called role-playing.
Love being a bard. Best decision I ever made. Well,
not if you ask your wife.
yeah. who just yelled at me from the bedroom to stop playing. I'm gonna put my pick away now, guys. Sorry. Put the ukulele away.
All right. You make your way across the bridge. You don't hear anything.
Okay.
I don't see anything up this way.
Not without getting deeper in.
Will sneak up.
Peering inside this room.
Go deeper.
That's what she said.
There is in the center of this chamber an ancient fountain that is shaped like 3 dancing merfolk that stand in the middle of this court. There's a sculpture that kind of stands in the midst of this fountain, but it looks like it's been very badly damaged. 2 of the merfolk are missing their arms. The 3rd one's missing her head.
Anyone have any repair magic? That would be neat. Will's going to sneak over to here and look down the hallway here.
Okay. The hallway continues on to the east. It looks like it leads up to another bridge.
And then he'll sneak up here to look down that hallway.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, I'm still rolling disadvantage, so the 20.
We'll count the 9. We'll count the 20. Okay. You sneak your way along. For what it's worth, as you pass the fountain, it's bone dry. Peering up into the hallway there, you can't really quite make out anything from where you are, but you do hear the faint sound of chanting. And unless any of you know deep speech, you're not able to make it out.
Ooh, I might. Let me check.
So you said this well is dry, right?
Bone dry.
I know deep speech.
Is there anything in it? Like as far as like not necessarily like water and liquid, but there are any items for it being dry?
Will silently wave everyone up while he's looking at the fountain.
There's nothing in the fountain, but as you're peering around, Draxan, the ring on your finger is beginning to glow intensely.
Is it just glowing, or is it kind of like nudging me in some way into a direction?
Straight north.
That reminds me, you got all of your magic items taken, right?
Not my ring.
Not the ring.
No. I remember that. I have a ring in my bags. We don't know what it does, but we do know that it's a magical one-time use if you want it. We were told use it when the time is right, and you'll know when that time is. So I don't know. Here, I'll give it to you. You can decide what to do with it.
All
It's
right.
just a golden ring.
He hands you a golden ring with this big ruby on it.
And then I'll sneak my way up here.
Thank you, friend.
No problem.
You put that ring on in your pocket. What do you do with the ring he gives you?
I'm gonna put it in my pocket for now.
Okay. All right, Ken, Tuck, you making your way up?
Slowly.
Does Will see him give him the ring?
Presumably, yes.
Yeah, Will say to him, "Oh, you're giving him that? Oh, excellent."
Okay.
Gives Jackson the big thumbs up.
Draxan. By the way, Draxan, to the door next to you, painted on the door itself is a bunch of glyphs and images that have aquatic motifs. There are also long scratches that kind of mar their meaning on it.
I was gonna say, do I hear anything, and is there anything kind of funky about the door? But you answered. Can I make any sense of these writings or scratches on?
It looks just like some sort of vandalism. Like originally there was some sort of motif worked into the door, but it's just been scarred and scratched.
Okay. Do I hear anything on the other side of this door, or do I just hear this chanting from down the hall?
Oh yeah, what is that chanting saying?
Do you know deep speech?
I do. I linked my.
You're making out the basic components of what sounds like a necromantic spell,
Oh,
a complex necromantic ritual.
Based on what the troll said, and based on that thing, I think they're trying to bring someone back from the dead. Perhaps we should get there soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about not letting them complete that ritual. Will's going to wait for everyone to catch up, and then he's going to sneak up to here.
Make a stealth check. Okay. Peering into this room.
Oh shit.
Venom.
Run 'em.
I was waiting for you to do it.
There are 4 guards stationed around this room. One of them having some sort of bluish skin and holding a trident, the other one looking like they're in cultist robes and holding simple daggers. In the center of this room, you see, lying on a table, is what looks like Eddie Brock, the body of Eddie Brock, but where the normal sort of blacky essence that kind of made up around his armor used to be, there doesn't seem to be. It seems like it's been peeled back a bit. His face is very, very, very white and very, very, very pale. There is in front of him a woman dressed, a very old-looking woman that's kind of covered in seaweed and looks kind of haggard, just kind of peering around at everything that's going on around this chamber. Also add, by the way, there's a set of stone steps leading back to the lake. Around this chamber, there are these 4 orbs that are actually black. And from them, they're coalescing energy right over top of the body of Sir Edward Brock and shooting down into a pendant around his neck. And shooting, that same black energy is coursing between these orbs through that pendant and through an object that this merfolk creature in the center of the room is holding. And it kind of looks like a compass.
I swear to fucking God.
But as she holds it up and she's chanting on the ritual, you watch as the haggard old woman gazes at you and nudges the priestess. The merfolk turns to look at you, Will, and she conjures up a mage hand to hold the pendant in place as she kind of looks at you. And she says, "And what are you doing here?"
Are we initiative or are we role playing?
She moves forward towards Will and she asks, "And what are you doing here?"
Will kind of, obviously the game is up. He steps out from he stays where he is. He just steps out of the shadows and goes, doing what I do best in a flourish, crushing the party.
You have no idea what you've stumbled into, do you?
I'm making a point to never have any ideas. They're really bad.
From the back, you hear Kent go, "Yeah, he's right."
Is there any chance for movement to get closer at this point? Like, or
In the
while
middle
we're
of this,
talking?
yes. Yeah, if you want to move forward. But they're going to see you there. Yep.
That's fine.
Kent's gonna move to here.
The witch moves around again, the mage hand still holding the pendant. The other 4 guards have their weapons drawn, and this other woman is kind of moving forward a little bit too. And the sea witch merfolk woman kind of strides forward a little bit, and she says, I understand you're the ones to thank for the deaths of the other 2 prophets.
I hear what she says, but all I'm muttering is, they took my Carl. They took my Carl. That's my Carl. I want my Carl. They took my Carl.
We'll simply go. It's a total team effort. But I wouldn't call them prophets. Prophets implies some sort of religious aspect. What you guys do is just is elemental, but technically not religious.
She shrugs it off and she says, to be fair, I've lost some interest in the power of the elemental.
Are you saying that being elemental is all wet?
She smirks. She strides forward and she says, if you seek the remaining prophets, they lie within their respective nodes below, working on attempting to summon the elemental princes to this world.
Ah. But what you've got on that slab is an old friend of ours that we prefer to stay, who we prefer stays very much dead.
Oh, he is still quite dead.
Yeah, but I'm old school. I'm going to have to insist that he stays unanimated.
Then I'm afraid you should have attacked sooner. There's a final flash of necrotic energy as the ritual completes.
Can I counterspell?
No.
I don't think so.
So, real quick, Kelly, I'm assuming my ring is probably going crazy, right?
It's, yeah, going nuts.
So, is the one on the left or the right? Is that this? Which one's the sea witch? The one on the right?
Left. The hag's on the right.
Okay, gotcha.
As
So
the ritual completes, you watch as this final surge of necrotic energy surges through Eddie Brock. He grabs a nearby longsword. He gets up. The mage hand floats back with the compass over to the sea witch, and you watch as Eddie Brock gets up. His skin is very much pale. His eyes are glowing red, and he has this emotionless expression on his face. And she says,
oh, go ahead.
What do you say? Go ahead.
I say, Carl, what have they done to you? As a single tear falls from my eye.
She says, you're not fooling anyone, and I quite know who this is. Edward.
I think you know who he was.
Be so kind and dispose of the murderers. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Can I cast? Or no, I didn't mean to cast darkness. Shit. Can I cast locate object and try to see where exactly this is? I guess what I was wanting to ask a second ago is does this
Eddie Brock's neck, you think this dependent that you're looking for?
Oh, okay. I missed that. Sorry. Thank you.
All right. Is everybody's initiative on there correctly this time?
Nope.
Kent Connors, who's not on there?
Tuck.
Tuck is not on there.
I'm now on there. Or no.
What was your first roll?
That was my first roll. 8.
That was 8. Okay. Kent Connors, Sebastian on there. Yep.
Looks like
Tegan. Well, okay. All right. Kent, I'm actually going to allow you to act first. You've heard kind of what's going on in the other room, but you can't quite see a whole lot.
All right. So here's what Kent's going to do. Let me just check on the range. All right. On Edward Brock, I'm going to center a spell. You know what? No, fuck that. On Edward Brock, I'm going to target Edward Brock and use the Wand of Wonder.
You're going to need to peer out from around that corner first.
That's fine. So here we go. I peered out from around the corner. I'm going to point
Okay.
that thing at Edward Brock.
Mhm.
And we're going to use Wand of Wonder.
All right.
Let's
Roll
see what,
D100.
let's see what happens. Because I like some random shit. D100. Bah.
You watch as Sir Edward's previously pale white skin turns bright blue for 9 days.
All right. At that, Kent's going to move back behind the fireball.
I lean over to Kent and say, "Hey, you made him a Smurf."
The Sea Witch looks over at Dr. Connors, looks back at you, or not Dr. Connors, Sir Edward Brock, looks at you, looks back at Brock, and shrugs his shoulders.
Man, you would have thought 96 would have been a good roll.
You would have thought.
That's too higher, but a great roll. All right. As for that individual in the top right corner, you watch, for those of you who can see, as he just fades from view. And that'll be his action for the turn. Dr. Connors.
I scream, Carl! And I run up here, and I'm going to hit this bitch for stealing my Carl!
Okay.
Nice roll.
Well, the first one's supposed to be with advantage. Well, they're supposed to be with advantage, but I crit the one, so I'm going to reroll the first one. Okay, it doesn't matter. So.
All right.
6, 8, 11.
So. So which one did you roll with advantage? The first roll?
Both of them. If I'm attacking someone on my first turn who hasn't attacked yet, I get advantage on all my damage rolls. Or
Okay.
my attacking rolls. So I was just
So-
re-rolling the first one to see if it crit, but it didn't. So just take the first and the second one as was rolled.
Okay. All right. So both of those attacks will land.
Cool.
I will say that as you swing Frostbrand into her, it looks like the cold damage from that sword doesn't have as strong as an effect.
I barely notice.
All right. And then after you're done with your turn, she will, as a reaction, or as a legendary reaction, I should say, attack you with her trident. I don't think 14 is going to beat your armor class, though. All right. Brock is up next. There's a surge of necrotic power between this compass and Brock's pendant as he leaps off of the platform next to you, Dr. Connors, with his longsword, and he is actually going to cast Banishment on you.
Can you link it?
Yep. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Does Will see this?
Yes.
Can I counterspell?
As soon as you try to counterspell, the Sea Witch will counterspell you.
Oh, okay. Well,
14.
for that.
Does that work?
Well, the worst part is you lose a spell slot for that, though.
yeah. Well, I did say I was going to do it,
No, I know. I'm just saying. That's,
but we both lose a spell slot.
yeah.
14 is not enough. You are banished to a harmless demiplane.
What was the DC? Oh.
I'm not telling you what the DC was. I'll tell you that 14 doesn't beat it. Why did you get advantage on that, by the way?
Because I have magic resistance.
Oh,
And
that's true.
a saving throw.
Yep, you're right. However, yeah, you do get banished. You're banished in a harmless demiplane, and while this undead Dr. Connors focuses, or Dr. Connors, fucking hell, while Brock is focusing on the spell, Will, you're up.
Okay. Let me see something here. Hold on.
You know, the first thing that came to my mind is as soon as you get banished. Did you ever catch any of the Futurama episodes where Zoidberg just goes fucking ham and goes fucking nuts? I'm picturing Sebastian going, "Rah!"
That fucking thing pops up on top of his head.
Yeah.
Will is going to cast that on Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he's undead. Never mind. I can't do that. It won't work. Shit. Is Eddie Brock wearing metal armor?
Yes.
All right, let's go with that.
All right.
It's a hot time in the old town tonight.
He is not able to shake the heat, so he is going to take the full damage from that as you focus on the spell. And he's going to have to make...
Can I move backwards?
You may. I will say he has to make a con save to see if he maintains control of the banished spell. Which he does.
All right, I'm just going to step back to here.
Okay.
Maybe here.
The Sea Witch is up next.
Go to bed.
She is going to step forward. And you watch as she conjures up a cloud above your heads. And it begins to rain down ice on top of you.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't really dispel magic, but can that be counterspelled where I'm at?
You can try.
See, that feels like cheating because I can't really see her. So all I see is, all I would see is the shit coming down.
Surely you have an eye around the corner.
Oh, I had an eye earlier and it broke the game.
All right, so what do you need? Dex saves?
Let me just make sure I got the radius right. Yeah, just about. All right, so that's landing on top of all of you.
Does it
And
go
yes.
around corners?
It lands as sort of a pillar. Hail of rock-hard ice pounds on the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range.
Wood.
It spreads out from around into that radius, so. All right.
Dex save, you said?
Dex saves. I got Crow, Will. I need Tuck to make one. I need Sebastian to make one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing?
Hang on. Dex save.
Unlock that door, everything!
All right. Tuck, you take no damage. The rest of you are going to take the full bludgeoning damage, as well as the full cold damage, for a total of 22 points of damage to all of you. I'll adjust it for the crab. I'll let you guys adjust it for yourselves. That one.
You said 22?
22. And the area in the area here is considered difficult terrain until the end of her next turn.
Is this like a continuous thing or effect, or will it?
It dissipates at the end of her next turn.
I see.
And then the cultists will go next. They're going to swing around. And at Sebastian, they're all going to chuck daggers. No, they don't have daggers. I take it back. They just have scimitars. Okay, they're going to just kind of hang out and wait. Hold their actions. It's Sebastian's turn then.
Sebastian, having a disregard for his own life, is going to try to move in. Let's see. Any
Half speed.
Yep.
When you go to bed,
There.
take that.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I'll make it to here. I'll attack the Sea Witch first, and then the guy off to the right.
All right.
And I did not mean to do that with advantage. So 7
We'll
and
count the
11.
7 and the
Probably didn't
11.
hit.
Neither of those will land. You try to strike out angrily at the Sea Witch and at this cultist, neither of which is working.
Okay.
The Sea Witch at the end of her turn is going to use legendary action to make a trident attack against this crab. Striking him. And the crab's looking pretty injured. And since the crab's now in range, the cultists are going to use their held action. The one next to him is going to use its held action to attack him with the scimitar. Does not beat the crab's armor class there, though. All right. Tuck, you're up.
I'm going to run up. Here.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit that thing.
All right. As you run up, she's going to cast Shield as a reaction. All right. The 18 will not land. The 29 will. And the 14 will not land.
I'm going to use one key for a stunning strike. Constitution save? I forget. Wow, yes.
All right.
18 to beat.
Okay. She's going to burn one of her legendary resistances. All right. You done for your turn?
Yep.
She's going to attack you with the trident. Critting. As a legendary action. You were stabbed hard in the side as this piercing electrical energy almost jolts you. And she just gives you this wicked smile like, you dumb motherfucker. Draxan.
All right, now how many? You have to remind me because I'm still learning. How many actions do I get?
You
Action, one bonus.
want one action, one bonus action, and movement, one movement. You can attack
Okay.
twice as a action as at that level as a paladin.
Okay, so what I'm going to do before I jump into battle here is I'm going to cast a couple. I'm going to cast my Shield of Faith, granting myself shimmering shield appears around a creature of your choice. That'd be me.
Okay.
Granting a +2 bonus AC for the duration. The duration's
All
what?
1 minute, up to 10 minutes rather. So you're concentrating on a spell. While you're concentrating on it, you have a AC of 20.
That's pretty good.
Alrighty. And then I'm also going to cast Magic Weapon on my long.
Now, I will say that when you cast a spell, as far as casting a spell goes, you cannot. If you're going to cast a spell as a bonus action, the only thing you're allowed to do then as an action is cast Cantrip as an action. So you can either cast Shield of Faith or you can cast Magic Weapon.
Okay,
Cast
well,
Shield of Fate
okay.
and move in and attack.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll do the Magic Weapon next turn then, right? Is that what I'm...
Yep, you can.
So before I forget, let me decrease my slot. I'm going to move in on the left.
All right.
Actually, so wait, how? So I forget how much can I move? It's half movement, right?
That's going to be your total movement there. You can move
Okay.
here and get between both of them if you want.
I'll stay here.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, I have my longsword out, so I'm going to go ahead and can I attack?
Twice.
Twice. Yep. All right.
Ouch.
The good news is the cultist is just in robes, simple robes, and not particularly strong. With one slice of the sword, you manage to just cleave him in two.
Take that!
You angrily eye Edward Brock as he's focusing on the banishment spell, this pendant around him glowing with a dark energy.
Yes. Let the hate flow through you.
The hag is going to move forward and move into her true hag form. And as she does, I need all of you who can see her, which for the sake of ease, I'll say everybody, to make a wisdom saving throw. The exception being Dr. Connors, who's banished. Kent, you're good. Sebastian is good. The rest of you are frightened of her.
I'm scared of no hag.
Let me go ahead and just mark that so I don't forget it. I feel like I'm missing one. Tuck's afraid, Hagen's afraid, Will's afraid. Kent saved, okay.
Paladin.
The Paladin, did you make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, it's right below my 2 attacks under the same
Wisdom
chat.
okay, you're fine. All right. So the three of you,
I'm not afraid.
you're not afraid.
Good.
Not afraid.
And actually, excuse me, Crow, you're not afraid either. My mistake. The DC was 11. You tied it. You win. The other two of you are afraid. And after she drops her form, she is going to then look over at Tuck. And Tuck, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw a second time.
Oh, shit. Roll higher than 11, Tuck.
21.
Did that not come up?
I didn't see it come up.
Neither did I.
Give it a second.
There you go.
Hey, there it goes.
All right. You feel this overwhelming sense of dread from this horrific creature begin to kind of overwhelm you, but you shake it off in the face of the overwhelming danger in front of you. And that deathly glare does not take hold. At the end of the hag's turn, the witch is going to burn one more legendary action to make another trident attack against you, Tuck. That one missing.
Fail.
All right, Tegan, you're up.
All right. So I'm not feared now, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Said I was at first, so I just want to make sure I ain't changing my.
No, I made a mistake. You
plan.
are not
Yep,
feared.
Okay. All right. I have a question. I have something that can do a 5-foot wide blast from me.
Mhm.
Hypothetically, if I was here and I was to aim this way,
Mhm.
is there any way that I could hit the witch without hitting Tuck? Probably not.
Depends
correct?
Depends on what it is.
Depends on what it is.
It's a line or is it a cone?
A line.
Okay.
100 feet long, 5 feet wide.
If it's only a 5-foot wide line, 100 feet long, 5 feet wide. Oh, so I
So
mean,
it would
what you could
literally
do.
go straight. It would go right up a row.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about if I'm here. Let's say hypothetically I'm standing in this spot right here,
hmm
and I'm shooting it.
I mean, if it's a 100-foot
This
line,
way.
it's gonna go like this.
So it would miss the witch and miss this one and hit Eddie Brock. If I was to aim it and hit, yeah, exactly. So there's no way I can miss Tuck in current state.
Not if you're gonna cast it like that.
Okay, all right. That's what I needed. Thank you.
Mhm.
I hadn't used that spell before, so I just wanted to try that, see what that was about. All right, so what I'm going to do instead, get the mundane stuff out of the way. Let's do Shillelagh on my staff, turn into a scimitar,
Mhm.
and then I am going to first move. Let's see. So this is rough terrain. I have 35 movement feet, so I could still move to about there at least. So, is it possible for me to get to this spot here with rough terrain?
Also, yes.
Okay. All right. Then I want to move there, and I am going to cast right on top of all of them because it should be able to get them all.
30-foot cone.
Pretty much.
It depends on what direction you're aiming the cone.
I am aiming it.
You gotta remember,
Let's say I'm aiming it at the hag.
Okay.
Let's say we're centering it at the hag, and whatever it hits from there, that's what I'm hitting.
All right. So that's going to hit Tuck, and that's going to hit the crab. It's going to miss Draxan.
Okay.
And it's actually going to hit. Brock too. So.
Yep.
I need Tuck to make a wisdom save. I need the crab to make a wisdom save. And what's the DC?
Is it my spell DC?
Your spell's DC.
17.
Okay. So Tuck is now afraid of you. So is Sebastian. Go figure. Let me just make sure of that before we call it. It becomes a wand.
say, oh yeah, that's right. It is a wand.
Yeah, use your spell save DC for the spell. Yep.
Oh wow, that's a pretty powerful wand.
All right. So those two are feared. The cultist is feared. And he drops his scimitar. Tuck drops his staff.
Did you hit this guy?
Yep, I've got a roll for them yet.
Okay.
And you actually watch as this guy breaks off his invisibility as he gets feared. The hag is afraid. The rock is immune to being frightened. And the sea witch is going to burn another legendary resistance to save against that. Alright, so everybody except the sea witch and Brock are frightened.
What about our other little cultist over here?
Which one?
The one to the left of the hag.
Oh, I missed him. Yeah, he's frightened too. He drops his scimitar.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
Yep, I'm good.
Alright, Kent.
Okay, rough terrain. I can only move 30 feet. Kent's gonna go right to here.
Okay.
Kent's gotta look up that hallway and say, "I pray to God this works." And he's gonna attempt to cast Fireball straight down.
Okay.
Centered. Well, let me ask a question. Am I gonna bother centering this, or is it counterspell?
She already burned her reaction, so.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to cast that at 5th level. Let's see here. Let me just go here. Fireball. Let's do the damage first.
Okay.
Because that's an evocation spell, is my light color factored into that?
Yes.
Okay. Just
So it's an additional 4 damage, right?
it should be an additional 4, yeah.
Okay, so a total of 49 fire as you drop this fireball on top of these hostile creatures, evocating it around Tuck, Draxan, and whoever else needs it to be centered around them.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you right now that the cultists are instantaneously incinerated.
Okay. I'd move it up, but basically it should be able to hit that room without hitting Tegan, because I would have fired it far enough in the back. But it should pretty much envelope pretty much everyone else in the room, including Edward Brock, because it would be fired in his general direction.
Correct.
Okay. I don't want to draw a shape.
Yeah. All right. So 49. The blue-skinned guard is very badly burned. The hag.
I'm not dead. I'm just very badly burned.
Is also very badly burned. And the sea witch is also very badly burned. As for Brock, you know what? Now that I think of it, I have one more resistance on her. I'm going to use it on that because that's a shit ton of damage.
It's okay. It's all good.
And Brock also has those legendary saves, so he has advantage on those, but he still fails. He's gonna. Does he have a legendary save? No, he just has advantage against it. No, he still takes the full brunt. Okay, so Brock is still very badly burnt.
Now Brock should have to roll concentration, right?
Seems to me
Yes.
a concentration roll is in order. I agree.
Constitution saving throw, which he fails against that damage.
Pop.
Dr. Connors, you are in this transdimensional environment for like 5 seconds before you pop right back into the main room.
That's gonna be scary.
Now, Kelly, dumb question. Oh no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Dumb question avoided.
All right, you done for your turn?
Dumb question avoided.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy, who is frightened of Tegan, has to use his action to dash away from him. And then he repeats the save at the end of his turn. I think, if I remember fear correctly. Oh, only if it ends it doesn't have line of sight. Yeah, it won't have line of sight to you from that far back. Alright, it still fails to save. Alright, so he's still scared. Dr. Connors, you pop back into reality. As you do, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw against the hag.
Oh, okay. Is this magical in nature?
Yep. You're afraid of the hag.
Okay. Feared or afraid? As in I can't
Just-
move towards her, or I need to run away from her?
As in, you're just afraid of her. You can't move towards her. It's
Okay.
not. It doesn't work like the fear spell.
Okay, dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna hit Eddie Brock. That's for sure.
Okay.
I guess my question. Well, am I? Let's see. I'm gonna conjure barrage actually,
Okay.
and try to do it in a cool this way manner that hits her and not my friends.
What is that shit?
Actually, can I can move like 5 feet down. No, I can't. Well, I'm not moving towards her, I think, right? Yeah. So I can move
Yeah.
here and then do it. So that should avoid hitting touch.
Sure.
Okay. What's that shit?
That was,
Fucking 10? Are you kidding me?
that
All
was
right.
the
All right.
fucking
Push it
Titan
over.
laser fucking wake hole just went
Right?
off.
I will say that will hit both. That shouldn't hit Sebastian. Actually, he'll be just outside of the cone, but it will hit Tuck.
Well, I don't have to do it at a 45. I can just do it so it hits her and not him, right? Like, here, watch.
60 foot cone.
Right. So watch. Do you see how it's going through her and not through his square?
But that's as a line.
Right, and then
So-
I can do the cone. That's the side of the cone, and the other side of the cone is over here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I'm coning hard right now.
All right,
Conan the
Conan
Barbarian?
O'Brien.
Yep, that's it. Then
Okay.
Dex saves
All right.
to take either 10 or 5 damage. Fuck me.
Is it at this point you were like, why didn't I just dual wield the weapons and hit the shit
Yeah,
out of
it is-
Brock?
It was at that point he realized he'd fucked up.
She takes the full brunt of the damage. Let's see. The hag is actually going to, regardless of whether or not she saved, she was badly burnt by the fireball, that she goes down and you're no longer afraid of her as she goes down. As for Brock, he takes only 5 points.
Am I allowed to cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action, or is that not allowed?
What's
Since I did
level
barrage.
1 spell is Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's okay. That's what I thought. It's not a cantrip, so I wasn't sure. All right. Sebastian's going to attack the hag as his.
The Sea Witch.
There you go. The sea. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, this one.
Yep.
The one right in front of me. Yep.
Okay, good enough.
Cool.
He actually manages to get a claw around her feet, and she is grappled.
Sounds great.
Brock is going to go next. It watches another flash of energy goes out from the pendant, which is still being held within a mage hand, as Brock strides forward with his longsword in hand. And he is going to swing at the crab twice.
What a fucking dick.
On that first swing, he is going to make it a searing smite.
He remembers something from his life. A hatred of your crab.
So that first swing will actually take the crab down, and then the second swing will count as 2 immediate death saving fails, and she's no longer grappled.
I need to make a con save, right?
Attack deals an extra at the start of each of its turns. The target makes a con save. If the failed save, it takes 1d6 fire. On a success, the spell ends. At the start of your next turn. So you have 2 failures on the crab as part of that second swing.
I'm
sorry, 16. I'm sorry, 16 doesn't beat
Yeah,
the
16
AC.
doesn't
So
hit, but I was already down, so it automatically hits, I guess?
it automatically hits and it automatically crits because it's a melee attack. So you're right. So it has 2 fails and it's searing. So it has to make a con save at the start of its turn to see if it shakes the damage, and if it doesn't, it dies. And then it has to make a death saving throw at the start of its turn after that. And if it rolls under a 10, it dies.
Cool.
And that's going to be his turn. Will, you're up next. You are frightened. You're no longer frightened because the hag's dead.
Okay. I'm going to cast. I'm going to use one of my 4th level slots to cast a 3rd level spell. That's allowed,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to cast I want to confirm what I'm seeing. The energy from the orbs is going into the compass pendant thing that the mage hand is holding.
The energy from the orbs finished as the ritual finished. Right now, it seems like every time Brock is making some sort of action, it's in relation to this compass, which is being held by the mage hand.
Will is going to cast Dispel Magic on the mage hand at 4th level.
Okay. You reach up at the mage hand and you cast Dispel Magic, and you watch as the compass begins to fall. She is going to move out in an attempt to catch it. Which she does. She catches it in your hand and she gives you this very stern, angry look.
Well, wait a minute. Where is the? I thought the compass was back here.
Yeah.
No, she kept it over her head.
Yeah, she
Oh.
did move it to herself.
Oh.
So is her magic hand around the compass, or
All right. I'm not
around
going
the-
to. I'm not going to.
Now, I'll let you take that back if that was a misunderstanding.
Well, I thought she did the mage hand because the compass had to be kept in place.
She
I didn't realize she
used mage
moved
hand
it.
so that she could have her hands free to attack.
See, I missed I misunderstood what the purpose of the mage hand was. I thought the compass had to be in a certain place because it was drawing energy.
You do
Or it was
see
tied to the ritual.
you do see there's a flash of energy that correlates between the pendant and this compass within the mage hand, but
No.
the mage hand is holding the compass kind of over her head, and she has her hands around her trident.
Oh, I have to roll damage for. I can cast. Can I cast spell magic while I'm holding concentration on the heat metal? That's the first question I
Yeah,
should
you
have
can.
asked.
You just
Yes.
can't do 2 concentration.
Concentration. Yes, you could.
All right, then he takes damage from the heat metal, I guess.
Okay.
Do you need me to roll that again, or are you just going to apply the same 11?
Roll it again.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. All right, so he'll take 10.
All right.
And yeah, no, I would have tried probably to do that anyway.
Okay.
To attempt
So
to disrupt her control over him, but she caught it. Okay, fair enough.
She catches it.
She caught it. Very good. I will draw my rapier as a, I guess, as a bonus action. Playing, what do I want to play? I want to play Footloose.
Okay.
Gives me advantage on all deck saves, just in case she tries that Ice Storm bit again, and then I'm going to make sure that I've got some sort of break in line of sight by stepping this way.
All right.
And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. At the start of her turn,
I'm sorry. Hold on. Do I need to maintain line of sight on Brock to hold the heat metal, or can I maintain the magic without it?
it doesn't specify that you have to maintain line of sight, so I will
Okay.
assume that you don't have to.
Very good. Then that's my action. Thank you.
Okay. At the start of her turn, she's going to conjure a fly spell on herself. And you watch as she flies.
Now that, if it's not a magic or legendary thing, I would like to try the counterspell.
She's going to counterspell your counterspell.
Okay.
Burning her last 3rd level spell slot in the process.
Can Will
Attack of
counterspell?
opportunity.
Are you going to counterspell her counterspell that she's trying to counterspell with his counterspell?
Yes.
It's all countered!
Okay.
Then her fly is completely countered.
And that's my
And she
last
does not
4th
get it
level
up.
spot. Okay.
In that case, she is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, all the way over here, and she begins
All
to
the way
kind
out of the
jump.
dungeon.
Is she
Begins
moving
to
past me?
dash. She moved around the tables around you.
Okay. I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. I was just
All right.
sad because I didn't get to.
She moves into the water.
But doesn't Tuck still get a attack of opportunity?
He dropped his staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
He can make it. He's also afraid.
of
Now-
me.
Well, no,
not
He's afraid of her.
That's true. That's true. Tuck can make an unarmed strike against her.
Yeah.
Will actually land. You want to do a stunning strike or anything of that? I don't think you can't do that as a reaction though.
Yeah, I don't think you can either.
No, I can just no, we can't.
So she takes a nasty hit and she begins to make her way away.
Does she still have the compass? I guess she does.
Yes, she takes it with her. All right, and I think all the cultists are dead. Yes.
Is the blue
Sebastian.
guy dead?
No, he retreated all the way back beyond
Oh,
line of
okay.
sight.
Okay.
Oh,
Sebastian's
well,
dead.
goodbye.
I'm afraid the crab has gone to a better place.
I
Tuck.
will remember you. No woman, no cry.
So
and so I imagine this area that is hard terrain is gone now. Since
Yes, I'm sorry. So the icy terrain is now gone.
Oh, sorry.
so because I'm okay, I'm not muted. So because I'm scared.
You are afraid of Tegan, and because you are subject to the fear spell, you have to use your action to dash as far away from him as possible. So you can either dash towards the ocean, towards the northern hallway, or off towards the east, wherever you can to break a line of sight. That being said, I'll allow you to recall your staff as a bonus action while you retreat.
Okay, do I have to use all of my movement?
You have to dash as an action. You don't have to burn all the movement, but you do have to dash as an action.
Oh, sure. I'm going to go literally as far away as I can, which should break my line of sight to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my staff with me.
Yep.
So wisdom save to see if I'm not feared anymore.
Correct.
And
You're still afraid of Tegan.
So I will sit here then. Or can
Draxan.
I do anything else?
You burned your action to dash. You burned your bonus action to recall the staff.
You bastard. Where do you go?
I'm not the one who feared you. It's Draxan.
All right. I'm gonna move right in front of Eddie Brock here, and I'm going to actually do something crazy and attempt to swipe his. You said it's around his neck, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna attempt to swipe the pendant off of his neck.
All right.
Brock,
So
okay,
this will
Brock, don't stop.
this will be. Let me ask you to kind of confirm this. Are you going to try to kind of grab him and then pull it, yank it from his chest? Or are you just going to try to quickly grab it from him?
Let's go with the yank because I have a feeling since we've been attacking him, he's not gonna just let me kind of just grab it. So I'm gonna kind of make it swift. I could. Would it be better if I used my sword to try to cut it off?
You could try.
Let's do that.
Okay. Make an attack with the sword. All right. He is going to, as you move to attack him, he is going to raise his sword to parry the blow as a reaction.
Okay.
You still have a second attack you can make.
But I can also cast a spell.
You already attacked as an action. You cannot. You can cast a spell as a bonus action, but
If it says bonus action.
yeah. Alternatively, you can just attack a second time.
All right. I guess I will just go ahead and attack a second time for now.
All right. Okay. Now the second attack, as you aim it towards the pendant, he's trying to raise the sword in order to parry it. He's not quite able to parry it. I will say that the attack lands against a soft part of his flesh, and you do manage to damage him with that attack. However, It's not enough to get the pendant clean off. You manage to get a soft part of the flesh, but it does not hit where the pendant itself actually hangs around his neck.
All right.
The hag is dead. At the end of your turn, Zagara within the water is going to use one of her legendary actions. You watch as a large gust of water begins to rise up from the nearby ocean and begins to crash down on top of everybody within this group here, including Brock.
Is that something that can be counterspelled?
And you can't see her. And you already burned your reaction for the turn. So, including Brock, I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Everyone, or just the people that are in that area?
You will and Tegan are fine. Everybody else needs to make a dex save.
Is this magical?
It's water from the lake, so that the conduit is magical. The water itself, as it crashes on you, is just like a wave, so it's not considered magical. The attack is not considered magical.
I hear you, and I agree, but I would argue that it's magically propelled.
Link the adaptive skin ability again.
Sure. There you go.
Other magical effect. All right, fine.
Woo!
See, I would have played devil's advocate there, but I'm not going to because Miles will be like, no.
I mean, if someone magically threw a rock at me, I would get advantage on that because it's like rock throw or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Will, you're not hit by because you're down there. Smock, you fail. Miles, you succeed. And that's good. All right, so Eddie takes the full 17 and he's knocked prone. And Miles, you take half damage at 8. And Smocky, you take 17 and knocked prone. Kent, you're up at the top of the round.
No, you skipped me.
I'm sorry, Tegan,
You
you're
did?
up. Sorry.
Alright, first I'm going to stop concentrating on the fear spell, so that'll take Tuck out of being feared.
Okay.
And I'll immediately yell at Tuck, see, being feared for me, avoid that wave. Then I will move to here. And I'm going to cast... this at level 5.
Oh man.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to cast it right at our lovely friend this direction.
Okay. She is going to counterspell at 4th level.
A counterspell.
You
At
can't
4th level?
see her.
You can't see her.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
Okay.
Fun for me.
Okay.
So just so I'm clear, since she counterspelled it, does that count as my action still being done? Because
Yep.
she had to burn.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
She
Just
burned
wanna
a
make sure.
reaction to counterspell it.
Yep. Okay. I just wanted to check. Oh, in that case, that blew up in my face. Let's do.
Welcome to the Diamond Bears.
to be fair, all of us have had something counterspell tonight.
At least one of us has been banished and his pet's been killed.
You're welcome that you're back.
I tell you what. Yeah, I know Tuck's probably a little hurt, so I will go ahead and do this.
You better hope it's a
Let's
cancer.
roll 5d6. Give him 6.
Now, is that an
16 hit
action?
points. No, it's my Bomb of Storm Court is
Oh,
always a
nice.
bonus action.
Okay. 16 hit points to
60
Tuck.
point, and he gets
Plus
6,
six.
or he gets 5 temporary.
5 temporary hit points. Yep.
Okay.
I gave you the 16 Tuck. You can give yourself the 5 temp.
And then to avoid being hit by anything crazy from her, I'm going to move pretty much back to where I was.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
All right. Since the fear's gone, the blue-skinned guy is going to jump back out, burned as he is. He is going to look over at you, Tuck, and he is going to fire.
Where the hell is Tuck? Oh, Jesus, I didn't even see him.
Yeah, he kind of ran back out of the shadows since he's no longer feared. He is going to cast Eldritch Blast against you. You watch as dark black tendrils kind of shoot out from his hands. And he rolls it twice. Both of them missing. As these 2 blasts of Eldritch energy kind of ping into the nearby wall next to you. He curses his luck. Dr. Connors. What?
I think you skipped Kent, didn't
You skipped me when you went back to Tegan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
you?
That's all right. I'm not upset. I just want to be like, don't forget me. Hold on. Let's just see something real fast. So I can only move 30 feet. All right. All right. I'm going to get to here. Can I see her from here?
Yes.
Wand of Wonder? What Wand
All
of
right.
Wonder? Centered on her.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Eddie's skin, by the way, is still bright blue.
Well, that's nice.
Okay. You cast Lightning Bolt. So go ahead and roll
Nice.
86 for me.
Sure. Roller. I just had it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. D6. Bluff.
Okay. Dex save.
I
Just gotta
imagine.
beat-
Yeah, I think it's 15. So
So she'll take half damage at 12. All right. She is struck by this lightning energy, and it kind of courses through the water. As it courses through the water, you hear something stirring underneath it.
that doesn't sound like a bad thing at all. Okay. Kent is done.
Okay. Dr. Connors, you're up next.
He's prone, right?
He is prone.
Ooh, he's so prone. Here comes some advantage attacks.
Okay. 19 will land, excuse me. As will 24.
How's he looking? If I look at him.
He's looking like he's still doing okay. Like he is extremely durable.
Okay.
Those certainly hurt, though.
He's only got 112 hit points left. Keep going.
All right. He stands up on his turn.
I trip him. I'm just kidding.
I trip him.
Pushes
He
him over the
takes his
dragon board.
sword.
I'm not.
He
I'm
takes
not
his.
playing. What's that? What's
He
that mark
takes-
on my
Hold on.
He takes his sword. He raises in the air, moves it downward, and strikes it into the earth. As he strikes it down, there is this wave of necrotic energy that emanates from it. I need Draxan and Dr. Connors both, plus
Oh, I'm hit.
Tegan and Kent, to make Constitution saving throws.
It's Nice knowing you, boys.
Later.
You all fail.
Is
28,
this something that I can bardic
Wait,
inspire?
how do I fail? I tied.
You don't fail. I'm sorry. You
Okay.
don't fail.
All right,
The
I was
rest
gonna
of
say.
you fail. Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action on your turn, Will.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
All
Forgive me
right.
if I keep asking you.
So, those of you who fail take 35 points of damage.
Where was counterspell there? Come on.
Tuck, you're just out of range, so it doesn't hit you.
I don't know that counterspell would have worked on that one.
I don't think so either.
Draxan goes down.
Oh no, I should have 2 left. No. I should have 2 left. I had 37.
Oh, you disagree. You already okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had already decreased it.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Connors, you are knocked prone as well. And Kent, you are knocked prone. Actually, you're unconscious. You're straight up unconscious.
I know. I did it. Do I death save next turn or this turn?
At the start of your turn.
Okay.
And Tegan, you take half damage. I think. Wells 5d6 radiant necrotic can be knocked prone. Creature succeeds. Takes half as much damage as knocked prone. Okay, so 30. All right, so you take 17 points, and you are not knocked prone.
Well, I think
All
we
right.
know what Draxan is doing.
Will, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to step out. Maintaining my concentration on the heat metal spell, so let's do that.
Okay.
Take some more points.
Alrighty.
Then I'm going to unload with the Wand of Magic Missiles on Brock, 6 missiles.
Okay.
So what do I roll for that?
6 missiles will be 64 plus 6.
Okay.
All right. You watch as all of these missiles begin to just kind of pelt him, and you watch as there's this faint flicker of energy, as if the spell is beginning to fail, but he still stays strong.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to throw out a healing word on Flaxen, Waxen, Jackson. Hold on, let me see.
The bonus action is by the heat metal.
Really?
Yep. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to deal this damage again.
Oh. All right. Sorry, Flaxen, Waxen, Jackson. Gonna have to wait.
No problem.
And I will actually move up to here. No.
Did you move? Oh no, I was gonna
There you
say.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. For those of you who can see, you watch as a sea witch pulls from her belt what looks like a horn, and she blows on it, which causes a echo to radiate throughout this part of the cavern, and she begins to dive down into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not 3 times, that's for White Walkers.
All right. Okay. Unfortunately, that Sebastian is dead. Tuck.
Yep.
Might as well run up to this guy and hit him.
Okay. All right. I will say that the first attack with that 21 will be enough that you just take him out.
Okay.
If you want to run and make your attacks on something, the other 2 attacks on something else.
What's just Brock left?
Yep.
For
That you can
now.
Then I will make the next 2 attacks on him.
Okay. The 16 won't land. The 23, as you move to the 23 will land. So he's
Constitution
starting to look
save
pretty okay.
for a stunning strike. Fail.
Yuck.
So he's
All right.
stunned.
He is stunned. See?
I'm
Yep,
done.
he's stunned. All right.
So he's gonna be stunned through hit until his next turn.
Until
the end of
his
Tuck's.
next,
until
the end of my next turn. Yeah, sorry.
So when it's my turn, he'll be stunned.
Yes. And it is your turn.
Perfect.
And you have
Perfect.
advantage. on
You have
attack.
advantage on the attacks. Yep.
And
So,
like
so
2
first,
hit points.
first I want to say, should I have taken a little less damage with my shield that I had put on earlier?
In
Through
respect
all this?
to
Oh,
I don't know
hold-
anything.
Hold on. He had Shield of Faith.
I mean, it's a little late. I mean, unless we can go back and kind of figure it out. But I don't know how much hit points I should have if in fact I should have some
I'm looking for-
more.
from the saving throw you had to make against that big hit. No, wouldn't have mattered. I will
Well,
say
I'm
you have
gonna
to make a.
cast-
I will say you would have to make a con saving throw to see if you maintain the shield.
Yeah.
I forgot
Well-
about that.
You always make him take it now. I mean, could still be active. He might be able to need that AC.
So go ahead and just make a Constitution saving throw for me real quick. I'm going to say I don't remember how much damage it was, but I don't think it was going to be high enough that saves.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Lay on Hands. I can.
30, 18, 28, 35. Yeah, it wasn't high enough.
So
Okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and replenish all 40 of that right now since I'm down to 2 health.
all right, fair enough.
All right, so that counts as a spell cast.
That counts as your action. It's not
Or as one
count.
action,
It doesn't. It doesn't detract any spell slots.
So I want to, since he's stunned, I want to reach and try to grab this pendant again. now that he's-
Okay, you can grab it without any resistance from him if you want to just reach out and grab it.
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay, if you're just going to yank it from his neck, then go ahead and just make a straight up strength check.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Damn it.
Okay, good enough. Because he's stunned, you yank it from him, and as you do, you'll watch as some of the beads surrounding this pendant begin to kind of break. And as the pendant is yanked from his neck, you'll watch as he falls back catatonic against the stone wood floor. He is considered unconscious.
Hmm.
There is this dark energy surrounding the pendant as you grab it. Are you making any movement for your turn?
So I can't cast a spell at this point. Is that correct?
Mm-mm.
You cast
No,
Lay on Hands,
not-
didn't you?
You can't. He did lay on
That was
hands
an
as an action. That's part of your paladin toolkit. You can cast a spell as a bonus action. Well, I take that back. Bonus action would be yanking the pendant. So you cannot cast a spell at this point. You can
Okay,
move,
okay.
and that's it.
I guess I don't really know where I'd move. I'll just. I'm gonna get away from the water.
Okay.
That looks fine. By this pillar. I'm gonna lean against this pillar.
Now that's a small pillar where the orb was. That it's no longer there, but you lean against it with the pendant in hand, kind of trying to catch your breath a little bit.
Kelly, there were 3 orbs, right? Or were there 6?
4.
Four.
Yeah, the center one was kind of where she was standing against. There was no orb there. That's where she was just standing against and holding this compass that she still has. Against the 4 pillars were the 4 orbs.
Okay.
The 4 pillars were the 4 orbs. They're no longer there.
They're
As soon as the ritual completed, they're gone. There's
Oh,
just
okay.
empty pillars now.
Gotcha.
Tegan, you're up. Kent is unconscious beside you.
Yep. Okay. See, there's lots of people probably with some damage, so I'm going to cast this.
Oh my god, what a spell.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
All right.
amazing.
I'll safely say that you can hit everybody if you wish. So everybody can
That's-
restore 26 hit points.
That's exactly the idea.
I'm alive.
And
Thank you, Crow.
Paladins for the win.
then for my bonus action, you know what? I'm just gonna make that my turn. Yeah, I have some other ideas, but yeah, this will be
Okay.
good for.
All of you within the central chamber can hear a rumbling coming from the lake to your west, and you see the sea witch rising out of the water. And she is rising out of the water on what is perhaps the largest turtle you have probably ever seen.
I thought you were going
This
to say the largest Tarrasque.
This turtle rises up, and you can see steam emanating from its nostrils. He opens his mouth, and this huge gust of steam begins to emanate from it. As soon as I can get the attack to work properly. Oh, damn it. That wrong thing. Hang on.
Kent's dead again.
There we go. Kent, you're not within the line.
Yes. How about that clutch move away from the lake? Yeah.
It's going to hit Dr. Connors, and it's going to hit Tuck. So it's going to hit Eddie Brock, who immediately suffers the damage.
I need to make a con save. Is that right?
Con save. You and Tuck need to make con saves. You fail. You fail. The both of you take 46 fire.
Oh,
Tuck, go ahead and just remove your 5 bonus hit points.
y'all got any more of those mass cure wound spells?
And this turtle looks like it's beginning to work its way up. Kent, you're up.
Yeah, I'm looking at something real fast.
As the sea witch rises back out from the water, she cries out in a frenzied voice, "The pendant! Give me back the pendant!"
Shit. Let me look at something real fast, Kelly. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If I haven't, I'm gonna put the pendant in like my pocket or bag or satchel, whatever I've got on me.
Put it around your neck,
Let's
pussy. You
not.
won't.
Let's not.
Oh God. Let me just. Sorry, Kelly. It's just taking me a second. I wanted to see what I had.
You put the pendant next to the ring that that Dr. Connors gave you.
All right.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hey, you still have
Okay.
that ring. Don't forget about that.
I know, but I also don't know what it does.
It was a one-time use. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna regret this probably. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right thing here. Do I have? Well, I can't do that. Okay. Would you consider the turtle a creature?
You could argue it.
I do argue it. But the question is, all right. Kent's gonna cast banishment on the turtle.
Okay.
So I will link that for you.
Okay. Charisma save for the turtle.
Fuck you,
What's your
turtle.
DC?
Fuck you, turtle. Fuck you, right in the ass. Okay, never mind. Okay. Then Kent's gonna run away like a little bitch.
Kent runs away like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like himself. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you and that turtle then, buddy. All right.
Dr. Connors, you were prone on the floor. Very
Nice.
badly injured.
I
I'll
stand
be right
up.
back.
That's half my movement, right?
hmm
Is he's still doing death saves? Yeah.
Eddie is catatonic on the floor. Since the pendant got ripped off, he's not doing anything.
Oh.
Is Eddie still considered, undead? Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm asking. If he's still, if
Yeah,
is he a
think so.
dead body
Without the
or not?
pendant.
That's what
Make a well, based on what you know from your history, you assume that he is still dead, considered dead.
Okay.
We think that the pendant was what was causing his actions. Therefore, the pendant is not on him. Therefore, he will not do more action. Do any more action.
That is not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about what happens when I pull out my whistle and I do this.
You fucker.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
As
You
I'm,
pull out the
directed
whistle.
towards him.
You pull out the whistle, you blow it, and the previous dead body of Eddie Brock, where his eyes were glowing red before, they now glow green. And he rises up, and instead of grabbing his sword, he just looks really zombie-like.
Cool. Oh, welcome back. Let's move.
I think I need to give you control of a zombie. Hang on.
Okay.
Zomble.
I think at one point I had control, and now it's gone.
You should still have it. I just need to change his description to be zombie.
Okay.
Hang on.
Would that blowing of the whistle be my action or bonus action?
That would be your action to blow the whistle.
That is perfectly fine. I'm going to use a dash action as my bonus to move another 30 feet away.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. Well, I'm going to move to here. All right.
Okay. Now you should have control of that token.
Cool.
If you shift and double click it, it should bring up the stat sheet for the zombie if you don't already have it pulled up.
Sounds good. All right. Next turn.
It's the zombie's turn.
Yep. Done. That
Okay.
turtle can't get me down this hallway. What are you thinking?
Will, you're up next.
Well, Kent beat me to the punch. Honest to God, I was going to try to banish the turtle too.
You have a
So
higher
let's do that.
DC than me.
Well, I'm also going to switch my rapier over to Devil Went Down to Georgia. And then I will cast Banishment. And I have to use a 5th level slot, so I don't know if that...
Well,
it'll make a difference.
well, wait. 5th level
It allows you
slot.
to target more than one person.
Yep.
Oh, I'll target both the Sea Witch and the turtle.
Okay. With that banishment coming out, she is actually going to counterspell you at 5th level.
I can't counterspell the counterspell because I'm already casting something, right?
You can counterspell as a reaction. It'll burn a reaction for the turn. She's counterspelling at 5th level, so if you're going to counterspell it, you have to counterspell it at 5th level or higher.
I'll counterspell
Well, or
it.
okay, you can counterspell it at 3rd level or lower, but you'll have to roll.
No, I have to counterspell it at 5th level. That's the only slot I have high enough.
Okay.
So I will cast Banishment at 5th level to banish them both.
Okay.
She'll
She'll try to
counterspell.
counter.
I'll burn
You'll
my
counter
other
her
5th
counter.
level slot to counter her counter.
Okay. So then they'll have to roll their saves. This
They
is
both make
charisma
saves with charisma with disadvantage.
because of danger
The
zone.
rapier. Yeah. No, the rapier is Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Okay. She fails. Whoops.
I'll take the 11 for the turtle. Oh, it doesn't matter.
He crit fails. You watch as this large creature with a sea witch on her back begins to rise from the depths, blows out this bit of steam. She tries to counter you, you counter her, you get your banishment in, and it's and they both pop and disappear.
Now,
The problem
Quickly,
with that
friends, we
would
only have a
be-
minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the problem.
Everyone gather around.
What was the problem?
We only
You
have
have
a
a
minute.
minute.
So we have what, 10 rounds? Is that right?
Well, no. If
It's of a different plane of existence. It doesn't mean that she is.
oh, okay. Well, we got a minute. Can we take a long rest in a? Can we take a long rest in a minute?
No, a long rest is an hour. Or a long rest is 8 hours. A short rest is an hour.
I think he was joking. I have a
I
better idea.
was totally joking. Oh my
How
god.
about I do this?
I'm just seeing what this spell does. Hang on.
That is
I
a
am
long
going to-
fucking spell.
What the fuck is that?
Holy shit.
What is that? Oh shit.
No,
So
it's teleport.
while
Oh my
before somebody casts that, I'm casting wholeness of body on myself to regain 30 hit points.
Kent's casting. He has to take a piss. He'll be right back.
Okay. I was going to see if she can teleport back. Teleport herself in the turtle back. She can't. So they're still banished. All right.
Okay.
Tuck, you're doing wholeness of body.
So I put my hit points back there. I put 30.
Okay.
If everyone wants to gather around me, I can heal us all with this thing. Oh yeah.
All right.
What is that?
That's Pant.
Oh.
That's my banishment spell.
But how much are you healing us for?
Okay, so I spawn it on top of me, right? And that's a 1d6. So I'll roll that. Roll.
I will let Dr. Connors know that I do not need it. So do
Well,
not
watch.
roll it up.
Watch this. Now, a turn goes by, and now it's my bonus action. And I'll move it through all of us. So we all get a 1d6. And I'm going to do that every turn for 9 more turns.
So everybody can just basically restore themselves to full hit points if that's how we're going to roll that.
Should we make ourselves scarce? So when she comes back, we're all gone.
It's
She's
either
gonna-
we heal or we run. I
Damn.
don't know if we can do both.
Yeah, but I mean, you seriously gonna fight that turtle?
I guess we don't have to. We could just run.
We take Eddie's body with us.
Still bright blue, by the way.
Mhm.
They call him Smurfy Brock.
Is that what they call them? Call him Smurfy Brock? Man, I always wanted a Smurf. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm gonna stay and heal if anyone wants to heal with me, and then if
I'm
if she
maxed out, so I'm good.
All right.
Yeah,
You,
Will's
you
back
maxed me out with that, so I appreciate it.
Oh.
If you're all staying and healing, then that's going to be considered the full minute.
Yeah. If they want to start running, they're more than allowed. But I'm gonna heal.
So who's healing? Who's running? What are you guys doing?
Well, we're in the next room, I guess. We're all back in the fountain room,
There you go.
and that should eliminate the turtle from the battle.
We can dream.
I'm in here drinking beer.
Where did you go?
Anyone have any water?
Oh,
Let's
you
put some in the
really
fountain and see what happens.
I'll put some of that beer in there.
Yeah, I'm over here drinking beer.
Did you really run all the way over there?
I mean,
Oh, okay.
no,
I mean,
but
you can. I don't care what you do. I just want to know if that's actually what you're doing. You're making it up. Okay.
You all healed up?
Sure. You said just full, or do I do
Just give
the whatever?
between 10d6. I'm assuming
Okay.
I'll just allow you guys to heal the full,
All right.
or whatever however much it's going to be. So you heal yourselves up to full. We'll say at the top of the round, the banishment then ends, and these two pop back out. The turtle is going to move forward with her on the back still. And he's going to be kind of looking around. He doesn't see you down the hallway, but you can clearly hear him moving. Kent.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, you're healed to full. They basically just spent the entire banishment getting healing spirit through everybody, restoring them to full health. But
Okay.
banishment is worn off.
Okay. How big is that thing?
Pretty damn big. Like dragon size big.
I don't know if this would even have any effect. Hold on. Let me just see what this says real quick. Well, it doesn't say anything about size restriction. So, Kent has had in his spell ring for quite some time. And I'm just double checking. Making sure I still have it in there. Let me just make sure. Where the hell are you at? I know I wrote it down. He has an Evard's Black Tentacles stored in the ring. He's going to cast that. Now, I know it's only a 20-foot square, and I don't know how exactly that would affect a creature that big, but maybe it could grab onto one of its feet or something. But to do that, he's going to move up to here. And then we'll give it a shot. So I'm going to link it for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The turtle will make a dex save. Didn't mean to do that with advantage. Disadvantage even. All the same, he beats the save.
Now, I know that's a concentration spell and it should probably last, but it probably should only really be, not to give you a hard time with it, but probably should only be like, that big. Or maybe it is that big, I guess. I don't know.
20-foot cube.
It's still going to stay there as long as I maintain the concentration limit, but with that being done, where was I about here, guys? Anybody? Shout at me where I was at.
Back here somewhere.
All right.
I wasn't looking, sorry.
No. Sorry. It's my bad. I should have really looked before I moved. So 15. He's going to move back to where he was.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Zagara is going to use legendary action to use her adaptive skin. And she's going to make herself resistant to one of those. I'm not going to tell you which one. Dr. Connors.
So she knows we're here now, right?
She's seen the tentacles, yes.
All right. I'll use half my movement here. Let's see. There. Yeah, that'll work. I'll move to here. I'll put Hunter's Mark on her, and then I will attempt to shoot her using a charge of my bow.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, I didn't mean to. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay. As you begin to fire at her, she's gonna cast shield as a reaction, and the arrow is gonna bounce off her shield.
Cool. I'll move back down here, and that'll be it.
Okay. The zombie's next.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He doesn't want to get killed by that giant turtle.
I don't
Okay.
think he has thoughts, does he?
He does when I tell him to stand the fuck still.
Will, you're up next.
All right. Well, banishment's right out. Is what I have left. She's not wearing metal by any chance, is she?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Although her trident's made of metal, isn't it? She's still holding that, is she not?
Actually,
She is.
Didn't she drop that when she went to catch the thing?
No, she
Okay.
just moved the trident to one hand, caught the pendant in the other.
Okay.
You
My
don't
bad.
you don't see the pendant on her person right now. You assume she probably stuck it in the pocket
No,
or something.
let's have some fun. I'm going to move up to here and peer around the corner because I need line. I don't know that I need line of sight, but in any event, if I'm going to cast a spell on the turtle, I'm going to do that thing again where I pluck a bad note on my harp, make the sound, and I'll cast that on the turtle.
Okay. It saves,
Oh, look at that.
but it takes half damage.
Yeah. Well, still, it would have been fun to make it run away with her on it. That would have been hilarious. Okay, so let's see. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I get another 5, right? For a total of 30, so I'm going to move just out of line of sight.
Okay.
Was that DBM going off? I was
Zagara. Zagara on her turn is going to raise her trident, and some watery energy is going to swirl around it as it coalesces on the hallway in front of you.
Oof.
She's had enough of your shit. Tuck, you're up.
What the fuck is that?
I might have
That
played
is a
this
water
game
elemental.
if I had known she was such a high level caster. Said the bard to the water elemental.
Fuck it. I'll go right up to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, both attacks will land. 15 will land as well. As you punch into this creature made of water.
1 key for a stunning strike. Constitution save.
Okay. That is the one condition on this list that it does not have immunity to. Still beats the con save.
Okay.
Plus 4 con. All right, Draxan.
So so I can move how far?
30 feet, assuming that's your movement speed.
Alright. So I'm thinking for a second. Is there any way? So are all of them looking down the hallway at this water elemental and at the commotion?
Pretty much.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to move actually out. So assuming I can't walk through, that well, that should be 30, I think, because each is 5.
Okay. Are you just pulling back then?
I don't think that I really give a shit to fight this stuff.
With the pendant in hand, as you begin to kind of back away, you see a mist, a familiar mist, begin to kind of creep around the south.
Okay.
Tegan, you're up.
You know what? Just because I almost want to see what this does, I'm going to move right here, and I'm going to cast a spell magic on the water elemental just to see if I can get rid of it.
Okay. I'm gonna have her make the cast to see if she maintains control. This is DC is 10 plus the spell's level. This is 5th level spell. This is a spell 4th level higher. Make an ability check using your spell casting ability. Okay, so you have to make this check. So go ahead, whatever your spell cast, I think it's wisdom. Just make a straight up wisdom check.
Straight up wisdom check.
Okay. So good news, bad news. The bad news is it doesn't dispel the water elemental. The good news is it dispels her hold on the water elemental, and that becomes immediately apparent. The bad news is it means it just bad news. Good news is it just means it's hostile to everybody, including her and the turtle.
Sweet. Okay.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
Nope. Not right now. Good.
Okay. The water elemental will go at the start of its turn. It's going to, because it's a watery form, kind of shift through, and as it does, it's going to attempt to whelm both Tuck and Will. I need the both of you to make strength saving throws.
Can I Bardic Inspire this?
Bonus action on your turn.
Come on. Oops, sorry, I had advantage on, so I guess the 8.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
You fail. Tuck. Strength save.
It's coming.
I'm about to be whelmed.
Okay. You fail. So the both of you, I have to roll the damage. Both of you take 13 points. And you are both caught within the water of this creature and are considered grappled and unable to breathe.
Glop.
Oops.
Well, being whelmed isn't any fun at all.
All right. The turtle will go next. He is just going to amble forward a little bit. And that's, he's going to, you know what, he's going to take a dash action all the way over here. Let's get these guys out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. He's going to dash action all the way over there. So Zagar is right within line of sight of the rest of you, but that's going to be his action for the turn. And I think that's going to be that for the turn. Zagar, at the end of his turn, is going to use her adaptive skin. And that'll be that. Kent, you're up.
Starting its turn. Okay. Okay. Can I hide behind the little dais here, running back this way?
You can.
Okay.
You see Draxan hiding back there. He's peering back behind him. You can see some sort of mist in the southern corner here.
Really? Question. I wasn't actually going to do this, but do I get the sense that Draxan is running away?
Make an insight check. Hard to make out.
Alright, so let me move first.
If you're going to move, the water elemental is going to take an attack of opportunity
I
against
don't
you.
give a shit. Go ahead.
All right. Eight points of damage to you.
Alright, I'll take that off. Hold on one second.
I got it for you.
Thank you. Okay. So, what I would like to do... Oh, fuck it. Why not? Kent's gonna point the wand of wonder at the bitch, because he doesn't have a whole lot of shit left to throw. And
Okay.
he's going to use it again.
Okay. That's the third charge of it, so go ahead.
Correct. Hopefully she doesn't turn blue.
Oh, even better. Okay, she has to make a con save. Which she fails.
I wonder if she'll succeed.
she fails. So she is. You fire the wand, and you watch as this powerful beam of energy begins to shoot from it right against her, and you watch as parts of her are beginning to turn to stone.
Oh, awesome.
Yahtzee!
Dr. Connors, you're up. She is considered restrained.
I'm going to
Oh.
back to about here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Real fast, Killy. I don't know that it would be considered an action of any way, shape, or form, but can I keep an eye on Draxan? I know he's in the back.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Connors, what are you up to?
I'm going to shoot her with my bow using a charge.
Okay.
And a arrow of piercing.
Okay. She's going to shield as a reaction.
Oh no, who would have thought? Because this is like the top of the round, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, okay, never mind.
She hasn't burned a
Sorry,
reaction for the turn yet.
You're absolutely right, and I'm going to now use my bow and not hit her.
Miss.
All right. I'm gonna move back to where I was.
Okay. Zombies next. Brock just staying there.
Nah, he's gonna attack the elemental here.
Okay.
See, Carl, what you up to? Come on and
All right.
slam!
And welcome to the jam! Yes, the slam hits into the water elemental. You watch as Will and Tuck are kind of swooping around and within this creature's body. But he slams and causes some of the water to dissipate from the creature.
Cool.
All right. Will, you are
I am drowning.
in the process of drowning. You're at least holding your breath for the time being.
Yeah, you can hold your breath for like ever. It's like 3 minutes or some bullshit.
I
The
can
minutes
hold
are
my
equal
breath
to
for the length of a banishment.
however much your con modifier is, that many minutes. So if it's plus
actually
2,
this one.
okay, then you can hold it for 1 minute.
All right. I can't cast a spell. And can I use my rapier?
Sure.
I guess I'm not exactly sure what else I can do. I can't cast anything with a verbal component. Is that right?
Not while you're in the water, no.
So only somatic. Yeah, illusion's not going to. Oh, maybe. No, we can't charm an elemental. No. Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, hell yeah, you can. Give me a moment. Oh, no, it's already hostile to me, so friends is no good. Yeah, all it does is give me advantage of charisma checks anyway. Can I try to swim out of it? Or is it actually physically holding me within?
It's kind of holding you within its body. You can try to escape, but you'll have to make another strength saving throw. No, that's verbal. Can't cast. All right, so I can't cast. I have no spells I can cast. Oh, wait. I always forget. I got this whole list of items. It's all in the bag, though, so I can't really use that either. No, all I can do right now is attack with my rapier, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, it'll have disadvantage.
Yeah, no,
You're restrained.
Figure that. That's all right. Kind of hard to miss, though, right? Yeah, 18.
Still hits.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You slice at some of the water that makes up this creature, and it causes it to splash out.
That's it, I guess.
Okay. The Sea Witch, at the start of her turn, is in the process of turning to stone, and she is, as one final act of defiance, going to aim down the hallway here with a prismatic spray. I need the water elemental, Will, Tuck, And I think, let me double check. This is dexterity save. So Will and Tuck, you'll make dexterity saves at disadvantage because you're restrained. The zombie makes a dex save, and Tegan makes a dex save. And Kent and Draxan are just out of range. And the DC to beat is...
Can I Bardic Inspire that? Kidding!
Bonus action.
Just kidding. Kidding. I keyed.
I joke. I can't.
Yeah, too bad I can't change the music on my rapier as a reaction.
Did not write her DC.
I think it's 11.
No, it's not 11.
I think it's 11.
Pretty sure it's 11.
He's like, you're
Hang
not
on.
that fucking lucky.
There she is. The DC 18. Okay. So they all fail. All right. So the water elemental has to make his save too. And he fails. All right. So first, against the water elemental, we are going to be looking at... That one's going to be the blue beam. So he takes 10d6 cold on a failed save, which he does fail. And the Wendigo mixed in with that. So 10d6. All right. So the water elemental takes 33 points of cold damage. And because it is cold damage, parts of the elemental begin to freeze, making it that much harder for Will and Tuck to escape. That being said, Will, you're going to get hit by the green beam, taking 10d6 poison damage. 31.
Ouch.
Would be
Tuck.
Am I poisoned going forward, or is it just one shot?
Just one shot.
Oh,
You just
my
take the
God.
hit. Okay. Tuck, you take the indigo beam, which just means you're restrained. It's, target is restrained. It makes a con save at the end of each of its turns. If it successfully saves 3 times, the spell ends. If it fails its save 3 times, it is permanently turned to stone and subject to the petrify condition.
So no damage.
No
Okay.
damage, but you have to repeat your saves. You have to repeat the save at the end of each of your turns.
Sure.
No damage, but you might die.
Well, not die, but get turned to stone, just like she's getting turned to stone. The zombie is going to get hit by the special beam, which is the target is struck by 2 rays. And those 2
cool.
rays are going to be 2 and 7. The first one's going to be orange, which is 10d6 acid. And that's just going to melt. So you watch as the zombified body of Brock just melts.
Wait.
Well,
Hold on. How much damage did he do
38
to me
acid.
over my max? My max is what, 22, right?
It's not considered your pet.
I understand that. It's a zombie, so it has undead fortitude.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so it's 18. It's 18 above the max. So
Okay, well,
excuse me, it's 16.
if I roll a 20, I win.
It comes back up with 1.
Woo!
All right. In that case, it gets subject to the violet beam as well.
Oh,
which is-
cool!
It is blinded.
Blinded by the light.
So a successful save ends the blindness, or makes a wisdom saving throw at the start of your next turn, the start of Zagara's next turn. A successful save ends it. If it fails, that creature is transported to another plane of existence and is no longer blinded.
Wait, what? What was that last part? It
has to repeat the save. If it succeeds, it's not blinded. If it fails, it's teleported to another plane of existence.
Oh, cool. Can't wait for that.
And you know what? I'm going to
All
make that at the start of his turn.
All right.
And then the last one to get hit was Tegan. Tegan, you're taking a special beam. Means you're getting hit by 2. You're going to get hit by the poison beam.
Okay.
Oh,
So
fuck.
you take 42 poison. And you're also getting hit by the indigo beam. So you are in the process of also turning to stone.
Sweet.
She is then going to
Sweet.
repeat the con save at the end of her turn.
Oh, please roll low. Please roll low. Roll low. YOLO. Roll low. Thank
She
God.
is turned to stone.
Awesome. Love it.
Now, is the weight of her stone pushing the head down on the turtle?
She's riding on the turtle's back.
Oh. Is the weight of her stone form making the turtle unable to move?
No. Not quite that heavy.
Damn it.
That's bronze fume is the turtle is quite powerful.
I gathered.
All right. So Tuck, at the start of your turn, you need to make a another con save. Okay. One success. We'll count that as 2 successes towards not being turned to stone.
Okay.
Since that was a crit. But you are still restrained. You're still restrained by the spell, which means you can't even move, and you're also restrained by this water elemental.
In the water elemental, do I roll for that too, or?
You can roll to escape, and that would push you out of the water elemental, but you would then still be restrained by the effects of the indigo ray.
Sure. Which is what?
You would have to.
Con, or?
It would be strength save to try to get out of the elemental. Okay, you're out of the elemental. You can be pushed 5 feet in any direction. Just pick a direction you want to get pushed. Okay.
As my action, I'm gonna pull Pant out of the elemental.
Action was to free yourself.
Appreciate the thought, though.
So I'm just gonna hit the elemental with an unarmed strike as my bonus action. Then.
Sure. Hits. You punch into it. You watch as a bit of the water begins to fade.
Is it ice now, though?
Part of the ice begins to crack. Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm going to. I'm going to use a key to do flurry of blows.
Okay. All right, because it crits, and that's an unarmed strike, you can follow through.
I love how you fucking got. That's great.
Fuck.
Okay. So, I can't remember. I believe it was you add an extra D8 to the thunder damage to the crit.
Yes.
Lightning damage. Excuse me.
One
so
D8.
go ahead and yes. All right. So the crit goes in and goes in hard, and you watch as this creature is about to keel over, and then you follow through with another punch, and as you follow through with another punch, you punch Will in the foot.
Good.
Ouch.
So, since I did flurry of blows, I am going to try and push it back 15 yards. So strength.
Okay.
Save. Pretty sure it's strength. There you go. Yeah.
It fails. It gets pushed back.
And attack of opportunity for me then.
Sure.
I like that.
All right. With the final blow from your staff, you manage to dissipate what's left of this elemental. And Will, you kind of come crashing out with this ice and icy water kind of splashing around you.
Why does my
All
foot
right.
hurt?
Draxan, you're up next.
Moving 30 more feet.
Sure.
Working my way down towards my familiar smoke. I have a feeling I know who it is.
Can't you see Draxan booking it towards the mist behind you?
Kent will keep a keen eye on that when Kent's up next.
Draxan, you book it around the corner. And I'll explain what happens to you later.
So I lost sight of
Tegan.
him entirely, yes.
You've lost sight of him entirely. Tegan, you're up. I need
All
you to make that con save at the start of your turn.
Okay.
All right. That's one failure.
All right, but I'm not turned to stone yet, right?
Not turned to stone yet. You need to fail 3 times.
Okay. I would like to.
You are restrained, so you cannot move.
I don't want to cast this on myself. See if I can get rid of it.
I'll save you the spell slot. No, it would not get rid of it.
All right. That will. Then I'll burn this and see if this will get rid of it.
You'll have to make the spellcasting check.
That was what? Straight charisma? Or
It'll
wisdom?
be straight wisdom for you, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was a 7th level spell, so the DC is 17.
Dumb question. Oh no, never mind.
The magic is too powerful, and you do not dispel it.
Okay.
I was going to argue, since she's turned to stone, does it really have to be her DC?
The magic is affecting you regardless. It's based on this on the spell at the spell level she casted. She did it in a final act of defiance.
Well, you know what? So that was my spell. I will go ahead and burn my last fey energy on myself as a bonus action.
Okay, and that's for the healing, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
The turtle is up at the start of the turn. He reaches back, and firing from his mouth is a scalding hot breath. And it is going to... Kent, you're ducking behind the well, so I'm going to say it does not hit you. It will hit everybody except for Dr. Connors and Kent. So I need the rest of you to make con saves.
Oops.
Tuck,
Yeah,
you don't take anything.
Zombie's dead.
Will, I'll count to 19. You'll take half damage. Crow, you take the full 54.
Okay.
You are knocked unconscious.
No, I'm not. I have 5 temporary hit points. So
Oh,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
3.
You have 3 remaining. Okay.
27
Thank you.
is half damage.
20. Yes, 27.
All right, so I'm down. I'm at 8 below 0.
All right, Will's down. And the zombie will need to try that undead fortitude again.
Either way, he's dead. So he's down.
Okay. All right. Kent, you watch as the steam kind of moves around the edges of the fountain past you. And you watched as Draxan ducked around the corner into some mist towards the south.
At this point, Kent's going to do 2 things. Assuming it's not an action, he's going to say, "Hey, that fucker abandoned us." Okay, number 1. He's going to step.
reaction.
He's going to step over to here, and Let me see how many spell slots I have left. Sorry, Kill.
Mhm.
Alright, so here's what Kent's going to start doing. Kent is going to start trying to level from this range every spell that he can possibly level against that creature. And it's going to start with a level 4 fireball.
Okay.
So, fireball, level 4. Fireball. And he is going to obviously avoid the people in the range. He's going to center it on the creature itself, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have to make a dex save. For what it's worth, as that drops on the turtle, Zagara, who is turned to stone, just shatters.
Fine by me. Bitch can suck
Shatters into pieces.
it. Bitch can suck it. Good for her.
The turtle does not make the save and takes the full brunt.
Okay. And,
I will say, however, as it lands, it looks like he has some natural resistance to fire.
that's fine. Alright. I assume I would notice that.
Yes.
Okay. Then let me check what my. Assuming we're going to kill this thing, I have to look and see what I have next. Okay. Kent's just going to
Right.
try to stay out of its range. Assuming it can't walk through that hallway. Can it walk through that hallway?
It looks like it's too big.
Then Kent's going to stay just out of the range of that ridiculous breath attack.
Okay. Dr. Connors. Will is unconscious beside you.
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, I will summon a healing spirit on top of him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the d6 for Will.
Me or Will?
Either of you. Well, let's make it Will.
Okay. Mr. Beethoven?
Pant.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we can. Can you roll a 1d6?
Oh, you want me to roll it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to roll it. I'm good. Hold on.
There you go. 6 hit points. And
Now,
healing spirits on top.
I was at -8. Does that bring me to -2?
No. There's no
Okay.
negative hit points. The only way negative works in this is if any damage you take exceeds what your maximum hit points are.
Very good.
I'm going to pop over here and
Who? What? Where? What? How? Why is it so humid in here?
I'll use a charge.
Okay.
Did I finally
20
hit
lands.
something?
Yep.
Woo!
All right. You watch as the spirit of a lion begins to charge into this creature. And he is frightened of you.
Damn straight. Back the fuck up.
The zombie is still affected by the violet magic. And because he is considered unconscious, it means he
Oh.
automatically fails the save. So you watch as
Oh,
the
I thought he
dead
was
body...
disabled. Sorry, okay.
You watch as the dead body blinks out of existence.
What?
Get fucked.
Okay.
It was
Take a
still
look
affected
over
by
Dr.
the magic of
Connor.
the violet spell.
Take a look at Dr. Connor says, "Good riddance. Tired of seeing that guy."
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, how many times do we have to kill him anyway? Hate people who don't stay dead.
Will, you're up.
I am. Will is going to. I don't know what he can do here. Yeah, no, he's going to take a go around the corner, and he's going to cast Healing Word on himself.
Alrighty.
At the second level. So 8 points.
Alright. Given.
And let's see. Hold on. It's a con save that we're making for that breath weapon?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to go to Footloose anyway on the rapier.
All right.
And I'm going to give Dr. Carnes a pat on the back, thanking him for pulling me back from the brink.
Mm-hmm. Bardic Inspiration.
And, yes. I will pass him. I'll say, you got this, Brosius. You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. And you have a D10, Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
Alrighty. Is that it for your turn?
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Quite.
Alright. Tuck, I need you to repeat your con save. You are no longer restrained. The magic is shaken off of you.
And the turtle's still up in there, right?
Yes, he is. Looks to be afraid of Doc Connors, in fact, who has just ducked out of line of sight. Okay. The 19 will not land. The 23 and the 27 will.
And stunning strike.
Okay.
Con save. Oh.
Saves.
Okay, I'm good.
Draxan has retreated into mist. Tegan. Nick.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast that to move me here.
Okay.
And then I am going to once again attempt to cast a spell magic on myself.
Okay. The straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom.
Still affecting you.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay. The turtle steam breath recharges at the start of its turn. It's going to rear back and fire down once again. This time it's only going to hit Tuck. Tuck, I need you to make a con save. Now remind me, do you take half damage on a failure? Or is that a rogue thing?
Yes. Half.
You take half damage, okay. So you take 30 points of fire damage. And it's going to repeat, or it's going to make a wisdom save at the end of its turn against the fear. Oops, that's the wrong button. There it is. No longer afraid. All right. Kent, you're up.
Okay. So Kent would like to do. Seeing if the beast is not really affected by
You see Tegan turning to stone to your right.
right, and there's literally nothing I can do about that.
You can always fire the one to wonder at him.
I don't know that that's a great idea. What? Will another Nat 100 reverse the effects?
No, just make it happen faster. Well, it's also the deck of many things.
Well, yes, I know there is, and we'll address that in a few moments. All right. So let me just look at this one thing real fast. Okay. So Kent's going to cast Melf's Acid Arrow at the creature at level 3.
Okay.
Hold on. Once I find the damn thing. Where the hell did my character sheet go? I just had it up. Sorry, Kill.
Hold shift and double click your character token.
Oh, I didn't know that did that.
Okay. It will land. You conjured up this acidic arrow and fire it against the creature. And it's going to hit for the full 11. It takes 2d4 at the end of its next turn.
Okay.
All right.
Kent's going to move to here, and he is going to look through his bags as maybe like see if he can find a way to help Tegan. And
Okay.
that's all he's going to do for right now.
Okay. Dr. Connors, you're up.
I think, and follow me here, I'm going to move out and shoot this guy.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on him.
All right.
I need to read a spell first, just to make sure that's what I want to do.
You still have that die of bardic inspiration.
Right, I was just seeing if I had anything to stop him from turning to stone, but I don't. Cure Wounds doesn't do that, from what I can read. I don't think I have any spells or anything like that. All right, I guess I'm just gonna go for it. Here we go. Use another charge and Bow of the Wild.
All right.
Woo! So what happens when it crits and I use a charge?
You expend 2 effects.
All right. So 4, and then I'll just roll 1d6, I guess.
Yep.
Roll 1d6. 4 and 1. There's 4 and there's 1.
All right. So he takes the full 16 points from both effects, and you watch as the turtle basically collapses on top of its shell and it is knocked prone. As prone as a big creature can be.
All right. I'll move back over here. Oh wait, Hunter's Mark. There you go.
All right. There you go. It's like he kind of falls back on himself, and it's like a turtle who's stuck on the ground backwards on top of his shell, and he's trying to kind of roll around to get himself righted back up. That's the situation we're dealing with. Will.
There is nothing in the bag. I looked through our entire list of items, which is substantial.
Which is substantial.
And there is, I mean, dozens of scrolls and potions. There's no flesh to stone or anything like that. Oh, stone to flesh, rather. The only thing I can think of is I don't know what the Wand of Wonder can do. If there's something in there that can help, there is the Deck of Many Things. If you're lucky enough to get the wish, you could use it to restore our friend. You know, I mean, I'm thinking the better part of valor here. Maybe we just shouldn't keep trying to beat our heads against the wall here.
Quick question. And I know it's not my turn and whatnot. The card that reverses a thing that a few people have pulled out of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only on that character, or can that character use it how they wish?
That character can use it how they wish. They're allowed to reverse the fate of something. in the case of bad rolls for his saves, it would basically allow him to re-roll those.
Well, here's the question I have. If he turns to stone, can it reverse the stone?
It will reverse the stone, but then he'll have to repeat the saves.
Can Bardic Inspiration be used later after we're out of combat?
He could. Here's what I will argue, because we're going forward.
Mhm.
You can, if you choose to burn it, you can have it reverse back to when it affected him. And then he can repeat the saves, and then you could add Bardic Inspiration to each of those saves if you wish.
Now, that is if everybody's in agreement on that, but I would hope that they would be.
I would just revert back to before she ever cast it and tell everyone to get out of the way, which they would do, so she couldn't cast down that hallway like she did. Assuming that's an option.
Take a whole lot of backtracking.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But is he actually turning the stone? Let's find out.
Let me
Tune
pull
in
up
next
that
week.
card and read the effects again.
Okay.
Deck of many things. This is the
Story of a girl who cried a river
Fates
and drowned the
card.
whole world.
Reality's fabric unravels and spins anew, allowing you to avoid or erase one event as if it never happened. So if you turn to stone,
Erase
you
it.
can erase it and then argue that it never happened.
Well, let's see how it goes.
All right. Will, what are you doing?
Let's see if we can drive this thing off. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it again.
Okay.
Got to make a Wisdom save, I guess.
All right.
Or run away. Oh, God.
Barely beats the save.
Damn it! All right.
It was prone, so it wouldn't be able to do much running.
Going to... What's going on with Tuck? Is he...
Pretty badly injured.
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action throw him a healing word.
Can't do that. Distant Whispers, healing word's not a cantrip.
Healing word, you can cast it as I thought as a bonus action.
Yes, but you cannot cast you cannot cast two spells as an action, regardless of whether
Oh,
or not
I
it's a
see.
bonus
I
action.
see. I understand. I understand. Okay. In that case, no, I'm done. I'm going to again just take myself out of line of fire of that breath weapon.
Okay. I'll add also Connors as you refocus the hunter's mark that your healing spirit disappears. I guess it wasn't if it was ever there. I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
recasting
you're
it.
right. You're right.
All right, Tuck, you're up.
Not bad.
This creature is prone next to you, on its back.
Okay. Advantage.
If you're making attacks against it, yes. Both will hit. Hard.
Just 1 second here.
This creature's starting to look pretty bloody.
Can it attack of opportunity me if it's upside down prone?
No.
So I can run away.
Yes.
Could probably hop onto its back too.
Well, technically I'd be hopping onto his stomach, and that's a bad idea because if he does turn around, so I'm going to use my bonus action on that then.
All right, that'll hit too.
Flurry of blows.
All right, you didn't do crit, so add another D8 on top of that.
Beyond D8.
All right, and then make another unarmed strike. All right, that'll land. You unleash into this creature as it's prone, beating off portions of its shell. It's looking pretty badly injured at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna run back here for now.
Okay. Tegan, con save. You are turned to stone.
Yep, figured as much.
The turtle, Doctor, who cast the mouse?
Me.
Kent, go ahead and roll your 2d4.
Yep.
Acid.
Hold on. What the hell? Oh, that's why, because I've already had the thing up. Hold on.
There you go. Okay. The remains of the acid arrow burn away at its shell. The turtle is going to make a dexterity check to see if it can right itself because it's a turtle and it doesn't get off prone easy. Nope, still on its back.
Kent's going
Kent,
to
you're
move
up.
to here. He's going to cast another Mouse Acid Arrow at 3rd level at the creature.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
Does not land. Does not break through the shell.
Okay. On a miss, the arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much of the initial damage, and no damage at the end of its next turn. So it does take some damage.
On a miss, the arrow splashes the target with acid for half of the initial damage and no damage at the end of its next turn. Okay, so all right, so it does half of the acid damage, so it takes 1 point of damage.
Okay, that'll work. Wait, it takes 1?
Yeah, half the damage, half the acid damage.
So 11 plus
Plus
2.
11.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. So
What?
yeah, 6 points. All right.
Okay. All right. And Kent's going to remain here.
Okay. Dr. Connors, you see Tegan turn to stone in the corner.
I guess I don't want him to be a statue, so I'll use my Fates card and make it so he was never hit by that effect in the first.
All right. Tegan is no longer turned to stone and is no longer restrained.
Cool. Let me delete that from inventory. Fates. Goodbye. All right. I'm going to. Is that an action, or am I good to still do things?
I'm going to call that a bonus action.
All right. I'll shoot her.
All right.
And bam. It's 15 hit.
Does not. Nope.
All right.
Advantage.
Prone
yeah,
does not.
advantage?
Prone does not equate advantage on a range attack. It does on a melee attack, but not a ranged attack. The only reason I'm not having you roll disadvantage on the ranged attacks is because this is a big honking creature.
It's a big guy. Okay.
All right. Will.
Okay. Tuck's still looking very injured. Will is going to use his instrument to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. I don't know if I built that into my sheet. I thought I did.
You should be able to just click Cure Wounds and it'll ask you
Yes,
which
I
level to
did.
cast it at. Oh, okay. That'll work.
I think it's automatically, because I'm casting it through the instrument. It can only be cast at 3rd level.
Right.
I think when I
Okay.
built the button, it was just casted.
All right. I
So
restored
I'll
your points then for you.
cast that on Tuck.
Uh-huh.
And let's see. Now, does that count as casting a spell because it was through an instrument?
No, counts as using an item for an action.
Okay, then. In that case, I'm going to try Dissonant Whispers one more time.
All right.
Oh, well, wait, I'm sorry. Can I take that back? Because he's still prone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. You explain that to me. He won't be able to go far anyway. What the hell? Let's do some damage, and I will cast Shatter on his shell, if I can
Okay.
target his shell. Oh,
He takes half damage.
This guy is brutal. Well, is it because I'm casting on the shell? Does it get disadvantage because it's a brittle or a solid or
No, that's
whatever?
It's considered
Nah,
organic
it's organic.
material, so.
Yeah. You're right.
All right.
You're ready.
Tuck, you're up.
Still take 6. That's something. Did it look like it hurt him at all?
A little bit. He's looking pretty badly injured after Tuck's initial pummeling. Hit and hit. Ow. That'll hit 2. He looks like he's on his last legs.
Only 50 more
Flurry of blows
to go.
That was.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I want to take my fist and punch him in the eye straight through to his brain.
The trademark Tuck special.
I believe we have heard that before.
That's fine. I like it.
Seeing this creature on his back in a defenseless position, badly wounded, you take the opportunity to do your signature strike, punching him clear through the brain. And I have to ask, do you pull it out and have this Kali Ma sort of moment? Or
Yes.
okay. You pull it out,
Absolutely.
Kali Ma, and this large fucking turtle goes brain dead. You're out of combat. As you take a moment to recover and look around, some of you may notice that Draxan is no longer with you.
Oh, Kent notices, and Kent's going to say, "That fucker left us."
Well,
More beer for me.
no, someone doesn't just change on a dime like that, Will says. Maybe he had a reason to leave us.
Maybe he wasn't a good paladin after all.
What is it with assholes and shiny objects just always abandoning us? What is going on? I don't get it.
Kent will say, "Next time I see that motherfucker, he is in deep shit."
And now he has that like necrotic thing, right? The thing that was on on Carl's neck. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
He took that with him, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That being said, those of you who look around notice that in the shattered remains that made up the Sea Witch is a familiar-looking compass.
Ooh.
Oh, the compass is on. Oh yeah, because she had it on her, didn't she? I'm not touching it. Fuck that.
Will poke it with his rapier.
Are you serious?
Is it glowing or is it doing anything or is it just kind of lying there?
Your rapier... No, I'm kidding. I'm about to say, your rapier disintegrates because it destroys magic items, remember? No.
Oh, is that
Oh, now I remember.
That's what it does.
No, it doesn't... That's not quite how it works. It does not glow as your rapier gets close to it, but rather as you examine it, it has this pulsating sort of blackened energy, like a heartbeat, and that's not how you remember seeing it on Roran's neck before.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Kent wonders, he's seen an effect similar to this before.
You've seen it on your staff,
right? Kent's going to take a closer look at it.
Yeah, that's up your alley, bro. You're all over that.
Make an Arcana check with advantage.
I was going to say, can I get advantage on that one just because of the fact that...
Yes.
Okay.
There is a latent power existing within this compass, and you think you can draw it to your staff.
Well, fuck yes. Do I think it will help me hunt down monsters?
You think it'll make the staff more powerful?
Oh, without game on. Kent's going to do it. I don't know what I gotta do to do it, but I'm doing it.
Okay. You take the compass and lay it on top of the table. You take a couple of steps back and you reach out your staff to the very tip of this compass, and you watch as the power from the compass begins to draw into the staff. There is a brief flash of black necrotic energy that temporarily blinds you. As your eyes come to form, you notice that the design of the staff has fundamentally changed. There are gnarled, thorny sort of vines that are beginning to extend even further out. There is a dripping sort of red energy that seems like it's just kind of dripping from the tips of the thorns that make up the tip of the staff before they just kind of sparkle and fade away.
Just the tip.
As you touch it, roll a dex check to see if your staff breaks in half.
So with the staff empowered once again, here are the bonuses that you gain.
Oh, hold on. I need to write this down.
I'm sure he has a sheet for it.
Well, he has a sheet, but I've been writing everything down because I haven't seen what it does. All right,
Nice.
go ahead.
You gain access to Command Undead, which is you can use magic of the staff to bring undead to your control, even those created by other wizards. As an action, you choose one undead within 60 feet of you.
Hold on 1 second.
That
1 second.
It's badass.
Action. What'd you say? One undead
within 60 feet.
within 60 feet.
That creature must make a charisma saving throw against your personal spell DC.
Charisma save against my spell DC. Okay.
If it succeeds, you cannot use it on him again. On it again. If it fails, it becomes friendly to you and obeys your commands until you use this feature again. Furthermore, intelligent undead are harder to control in this way. If the target has an intelligence of 8 or higher, it has advantage. If it fails,
If higher than 8, it has advantage?
higher than 8, it has advantage. If it fails, and it has an intelligence of 12 or higher, it can repeat the save at the end of every hour until it succeeds and breaks free. Furthermore,
Hold on. I'm a good typist, but you're... The save. What? How often can it repeat the save?
every hour.
Every hour. Alright. Okay.
Furthermore, if that intelligence 12 higher undead breaks free, when it breaks free, you suffer short-term madness that is dependent for how long it was subject to your. So if you controlled it for 2 hours, you suffer short-term madness for 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That is so awesome.
I think I get everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on Tegan. I'm gonna be like, hey, Tegan, you okay?
And he's gonna be like, "Why would you ask that?"
You know what? That's right. You probably would.
What do you mean?
I feel unstoppable.
Who wants to dive in the water and check the turtle's lair?
Oh man, I'm just wondering if there's anything we can make out of this turtle. I want to wear it somehow, but that shell is too large, so I don't know.
I want to wear it.
I want to wear it. I like to wear my defeated foes.
The shell of this turtle is especially tough. It's not usual to make turtle shell armor, but you think you can make a good shield out of it.
I don't need a shield. Anyone need a shield? Does anyone use a shield here?
One person that could feasibly use a shield just retreated.
How about that? We should track him down and let him know what he really missed out on there. Am I right, guys? Oh shit. Oh. Oh, that's.
What a battle.
Yeah, that was quite the battle. Have we searched the bodies?
Well,
Sorry.
Not yet.
Not yet.
all you
Not-
climbed on
not
her
my
was
body.
stone, but and that thing.
I'll search.
Everything else is agars, including her trident, has been shattered and turned to stone.
Where's the hag? I want to search her.
I probably removed her from the field just because it was easier for me. Hang on.
Perception.
So, searching around the hag in particular, you do find on her person a small silver key.
Hmm.
That.
Does it match? Let me see it real quick. Does it match the brass key?
Different make.
Okay.
You know, guys, I've heard that in some places turtles have been hunted to extinction because they're so damn tasty. Now, I've got some shark fin and here's some fresh turtle. We could have ourselves a tasty stew.
Yeah, let's search
And,
this room
maybe-
thoroughly.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe do some resting.
And I think a long rest is called for. Yeah. Well, let's search the room thoroughly.
Yeah. And roll some perceptions.
Exactly.
Killy, I know they're searching there. I want to go back to, well, if Will will move up into the room that he's actually searching, I want to go back and see if I can open this door. After they're done searching.
You think you could open the door if you wished.
I'm going to open the door.
Okay. Beyond the door, you see
They're sleeping, right?
no. They're standing with their backs to the walls, and they look fucking terrified.
Well, let them finish and see if they found anything, and then I'll say something.
They're just kind of looking at you, and they are shaking. Like they look at one another. They look at you, and they go, "Are they done yet?
Who are you?
Scary noises."
I say, who are you?
Who are you?
I asked first.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Advantage or intimidation.
They go, "The Berg, the Durg, we guarded the hag."
This was the hag's room?
Yes. Is she okay?
Let's put it this way. Your job is over. And if you don't want to end up the same way that she did, I suggest you hastily beat it out of here. Was this her room?
Let's get the fuck out of here! And they kind of stumble forward and they realize, oh, you're standing in the doorway blocking the retreat.
Oh, well, step aside.
They run away. You hear,
Hey guys,
As
you
they-
should see what I just saw. Alright.
Am I allowed to like break up this shell and save its parts for later use?
It depends on how you want to break it up.
I have a hammer. It's good at breaking things.
If I had a hammer, I'd break up all
Are
the
you gonna-
shells.
Basically, you're just going to take a hammer and crowbar and try to break off a couple of its
don't-
pieces.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a pretty good survivalist, so I would think I would know a different way. But me, Miles, does not know how to harvest a fucking shell, so I don't know.
So here's what I'll say. go ahead and make an attack roll. This will be a straight up dexterity check based on whatever it is you're going to try to. If you're going to try to basically use a crowbar to pry off one of its shell pieces.
I'm wondering if there's a better way. I'm looking through my stuff.
I'll allow you to make a nature check if you want to try to examine this creature a little more closely and see if you can discern some more about it.
Sure.
Didn't we run into this problem with the first dragon we fought?
Yeah.
It's coincidental you mentioned that because this isn't a regular turtle. This is considered a dragon turtle.
Which would explain the 60-foot gout of fire. Or steam.
And what you know about dragon turtles, Dr. Connors, is that, like dragons, they like to collect treasure.
Ooh. Well, then I'm definitely carefully taking off this shell.
I don't think they hide it in there like a fucking pocket.
You don't know that. All right. I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna. It's on its back, right?
We are running on a timetable.
It's prone. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take off its the thing protecting its belly, and then get all of its actual body out of there, and see if there's anything else in the shell.
You find guts, and more guts.
So there's nothing in that shell, huh?
Let's maybe search the bottom of the lake.
All right.
Makes sense to me. I'm sure we've got something in. Yeah, I'm sure we have something.
By the way, Kent, within this room you see fine wooden furniture, very fine, in fact. There are tapestries made of that are green and gold, and in the center of this room is a bearskin carpet. It's very richly decorated. The furniture, however, looks like it's been badly scratched up, and the tapestries look like they've been torn. And the carpet has some foot-long holes in it. Clearly, this is the hag's room. In the northwest, there is a tattered green curtain that separates some sort of alcove.
I'm intrigued, but I don't want to pull the curtain.
For this thing, did you say do an attack roll or a dex check?
I'll allow you to either make a survival check to see if you can safely, if there's some part that you want to salvage, if there's something on the shell in particular you want to get, you'll have to make an attack roll. And that's going to be dependent upon what you're using to try to pry off the shell, whether it's a crowbar or iron fang or whatever.
Would there be something on the shell that I see that I want to?
Except for, not except for a portion of the shell itself.
I mean, I don't have a specific portion that I'm looking for. I don't think. I just want some shell so I can make some armor with it later.
You can't make armor out of shell. You can make a shield. You cannot make armor out of shell.
Oh well, then I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna break it. I'm gonna attack it with my hammer.
Okay. It pings right off. It's a damn good shell. Kent, as you pull back the curtain into this room, you can see a few things. First off, for what it's worth, there are 4 chairs within the central chamber that are actually worth about 80 gold a pop, but they're 30 pounds a piece. When you pull back the curtain into this room, you can see there's there's 2 large heaps of pelts in the southern portion here, and they smell like rotten seaweed. There's a small crab that actually kind of scuttles around the room, and on this corner, there is a chest, a wooden chest.
Take a look at the chest.
It is locked.
Does it look like it has a latch or anything like that?
It looks like it has a keyhole.
And we have 2 keys. Try the silver key.
I'm gonna go over here and we're like, yo guys, who's got any keys that we found?
Yeah, Will's got keys. And I think Dr. Connor got the other key, the silver key.
Yeah, I hand it over.
There's a chest back there. I'll
let's take a look.
open it. Fine. I open the chest.
Okay. Inside the chest, there is 190 gold, 8 platinum, 2 potions, which Dr. Connors will identify for you as a potion of Hill Giant Strength which I should be able to pull up here. Hang on.
Yeah, we've got one of those.
Okay. Potion of Hill Giant Strength, which you already have the description of somewhere, and a Potion of Fire Resistance.
That would have come in handy before we fought the turtle.
Now, finally,
I'm sorry, the potion of fire resistance, does it look like it's a crystal flask with an orange liquid? By any
Yeah, I
chance?
don't think I ever identified that first one.
Nope.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so we have two of those now. Okay.
And then, finally, at the bottom of the chest is a beautifully made longsword. The hilt looks like it's made out of bone, and it has a fine leather wrapped around it.
Ken picks it up and is going to spend a few minutes and identify it.
It is warm to the touch as you pick it up. As you work to identify it, it'll take it'll take the 10 minutes to identify it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what it is.
Flame brand, right? If I had to guess. Oh, Dragon's Bane. Wow, pretty cool.
So I tell the guys, hey, this is what was in here, and does anybody need a longsword that doesn't have one? Or we can add it to the stash.
I could use one. I don't have one, but I don't necessarily think I need it.
I think
Not
you
my-
do. I think
not-
you do.
Yeah, not my bag, baby.
I think you do need that. And I don't know how many things you're attuned to, but I think you.
Man, I can't think of a single person in our whole party that could use a longsword like that. Am I right, guys?
I can't.
How many
think
long
of,
swords do you have now?
Yeah.
I'm
no.
talking about the guy who just ran away. Not
Oh,
me,
okay.
Sorry.
I
don't want it.
I don't count him as in our party. He ran away. I'm going to hand that over to Tegan.
All right.
I pop out of nowhere and steal it. No, I'm just kidding.
Steal it.
Please pop out somewhere. I got a smell waiting for you.
So do I. All right, and that's it for what I call it. I assume we're going to look around a little bit more, and just as a heads up, we really do need to search the bottom of that lake, I think.
Yeah, I agree. We have 2 potions of water breathing. I don't know. I'm not sure how long they last, but
You guys
All
want
right.
to?
I'll search it next time on Dragon Ball Z.
yeah,
So there's the
exactly.
Potion of Water Breathing for your benefit.
1 hour, all right.
That's
Oh, yeah,
plenty
that's
of time.
plenty of time.
I can tell you as an alchemist that that'll last for 1 hour.
In your expert opinion.
Yes.
All right. So you
All right.
want to end it, Kill?
Let me ask you this then. I assume you guys are going to just park it for a long rest for later. But before we end, for the 5 of you still here, is anyone going to draw from the deck?
Fuck no.
I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted, but I'm going to wait until I'm healed because a Spectre right now would make a meal out of me.
I'll give you this. Why don't you guys go ahead and give yourselves the benefits of a long rest? Store all your shit.
I'm gonna be summoning a pet.
You're
during
awful.
long rest.
You are awful, Killy. You
I-
just want to see us burn.
I just want to see you draw.
Pull cards. Pull cards. He's waiting for someone to get the void.
Master Wayne, there are some people that like to watch the
So give yourselves the benefits of a long rest. Give all your stuff back. You're able to successfully hide. You kind of scared off whatever the sound of battle scared off whatever would have stopped you. Nobody comes into this room. And then if you want to draw, you can draw.
And just to be clear, we can't use the get a question answered previous draw to determine the value of a future pick.
The card gives you
It's
your
a
tail.
fact about something present, not
yes.
about
Well,
something
I get to ask
potential
the
in the
GM a
future.
question. Hey, GM, can you tell me what the next card?
That's
you
not
can't
how.
see.
No, the card doesn't work that way.
No, so we
Yeah,
can't
no, he
ask. We
doesn't.
can't tell you what the top card is in the deck.
No.
That's not a future question. That's a present.
No, because you
question.
draw randomly from the deck.
He
Oh,
doesn't.
man.
He can't answer a
The-
question. He
the vis-
doesn't
the
know
vizier-
the answer too.
Yeah, the vizier card. Yeah, the vizier card gives you a truthful answer to a question. It's not a premonition. It doesn't premonitate the future for you.
No, but the truth. I'm not asking you to determine the future. I'm asking you to tell me what card is presently sitting on top of the deck.
Yeah, but he
You,
can't. He doesn't know.
you don't. It doesn't matter. You draw it randomly from the deck.
So you burned your card asking him, and his truthful answer is, I don't know.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Give yourself your health. Give yourself your spell slots, and if you're gonna draw, draw.
Oh yeah, spell slot.
By the way, this one's an upgraded version of death. You can't banish it. That'd be funny shit. Anyway.
Is anyone drawing?
I'm drawing
not.
one card. What the hell?
Oh,
Tegan's drawing how many cards?
One.
you just
One
came
card?
back to life.
Yep. I know.
Draw a
That's
card.
why I'm drawing one. All right. Let's see if we
That
can remember how to do
doesn't
this.
mean a good thing. It's going to happen.
The key.
That's a good card.
All right. Hang on.
All right, hang on.
If it wasn't that I could end up rolling another character for next game, I'd probably take a draw. But
I have
way
to
my luck has
look
been
at the
lately.
table.
Tables are never good.
No, they're not bad in this particular instance.
Okay.
Okay. So you pull out this card, and you watch as the magic begins to kind of fade and shimmer in your hand, and you feel your hand begin to get a little hot to the touch, and as the magic begins to coalesce and form, you feel a beautiful sword begin to form in your hand. This is a scimitar.
Oh.
Now that's flame tongue.
Well, I don't need another longsword now.
I would recommend we
Nice.
hold on to the other longsword because
Yeah, I'll just hold on to it. But
you can use scimitars, right? As
Yes.
well.
You gain a magic scimitar, flame tongue.
Very nice.
Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Like no.
What happened to I draw 4 cards? Let's roll a d4.
Oh, no, that ain't me.
All right, y'all done?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think so. I'm good.
Okay.
By the way, I do tell. I don't know if we. I don't think that rug's too big to stuff in the fucking carpet. So or in the bag, but
Yeah,
'cause-
that's pretty big.
okay. Other than that,
Good
Okay.
thought.
So I will say this: we'll call it here for the night. That being said, X Professor, if you're still here, I want you to stick around till after everybody else is gone.
Will do, my man.
okay.
All right, guys. What's our next game?
So with the-
we're off next week, and then we're off the week after.
Yes. So nothing on the 26th, nothing on the 2nd. What is your guys' schedule for the 9th?
I'm here.
I'm here.
I should be here.
As of right now, I have no plans. It is, however, my birthday, so my wife might pull the taking you out for your birthday card.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and assume you probably won't be here. Garen, are you gonna be here on the 9th?
I should be.
Okay. We'll plan on the 9th. And if you're here, great. If you're not, you're not.
Understood.
And that's when Killy gets revenge for the terrible DM comment when he makes you draw
That's
3
why.
cards from the deck of many things.
No, I won't make it draw when you're not here. That's just mean.
No, but he'll make it where you have to draw when you come back. Like you'll be cursed with a suggestion. I must touch the deck of anything.
Oh man.
Oh man. All right. I'm going to shut the stream off.
All right.
All right,
See
guys.
you guys.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Thanks, guys.
All right.
That was
Mhm.
fun.
See you next time.